Once again, a massive shout out to all of our supporters over at patreon.com/878survivorfm. Our $10 supporters, Dick Donovan, Kenny Baker, Big Dog, Shane Murphy, and our new supporter, Tank Dazza. Our three $25 supporters, Jake Snow, Red Freedom, and Melbourne. And our three YouTube subs, they are Kenny Baker, You My Size, and Mr. Fix.
And we are live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And welcome to episode 79 of the DayZ Podcast. Sadly, we do not have our boy Lad this week. He's not feeling the best, is he, Marks?
No, he has a headache, I think, and so
Yeah.
he didn't want to make it worse by being on the show. So
And hearing my grating voice. That'd give anyone a headache, I reckon. But we have our two guests. We are joined today by the one, the only, LivingDead, and we also have Zombielee. Boys, how are you doing today?
All right, mate. I'm not bad, how are you?
I'm good, yeah.
That's good to hear. Wow, what a fucking week it has been. We've got great news, we've got shit news. It's just been, it's like a roller coaster ride this week, Mark. Fucking dizzying highs and terrifying lows, mate.
yeah, it was
Something like that.
a lot of stuff going on. Hard to keep up with it all, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%. Just absolutely stunned with some of the stuff, and just, you know, some people just need to learn to chill, but we'll come to that a little bit later. But yeah, our two guests, Zombielee and LivingDead, how are we doing?
Yeah, nah, mate. It's
I'm
all
good,
good.
mate, I'm good.
All good over here.
So we got you guys
sounds good.
on.
It's great,
Primarily the reason was you guys started up a server with one of my mates, Rhino, which had a pretty cool catchphrase,
Oh, yeah.
make
Beautiful Barry.
make Livonia great again.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that. I absolutely love that. How's that little campaign going? Did you end up making it great again?
Livonia's always been great, mate. It's it seems to be getting some love again at the moment, which is very nice to see. Livonia getting some of that.
Mate, we even had Lad play it and enjoy it. And he out of the three of us, he hated Livonia. You don't mind it, do you, Marks?
I'm not a fan of it.
You
I
still-
played quite a bit of it.
On.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I had to pick, I'd pick Trainers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a solid one channel, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but on the point of Rhino, Barry, he's departed the project, but we've carried it on. He's quite into doing his GTRP at the moment, and so he's passed us the reins, and we're carrying it on. It's still there, all the characters still there, and we're enjoying it. You know, got Chimsy, Livonia, and we're having a great time.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you guys even made custom "Make Livonia Great Again" hats, which upset a few people because they were Trump themed. But like I said at the start of the show, some people just need to learn to chill. It was a funny joke, and that's all it was. I don't think you were endorsing Mr. Donald J. Trump in any way, shape, or form.
No,
but
I don't think any of that were going off.
Yeah, unfortunately, some people have anything that even slightly relates to that man, and they fucking just implode.
You're always going to get. You're always going to get someone angry, no matter what.
Yeah. Don't forget the Victoria Bitter can as well. That was good.
Oh, the VB Tinnies.
Yes,
VB
yes.
Tinnies, yeah.
Yep. Which is
make him
a
feel at home.
shit fucking beer.
See,
Rhino's in there in a
conflicting
second
accounts here.
just shouting.
Innit? There's going to be Storm and Ingrid. What are you saying about VB?
Yeah, it's pretty much the average bogan beer in Australia. For Victor VB, it's just pretty fucking ordinary. It's not a bad drop, but it's not a fucking legendary beer by any stay. It's barely better than Foster's in my eyes.
But we're talking like Tui's extra dry level, that sort of stuff, are we?
Mate, I'd probably drink a Tui's. But then again, people are any Australians in chat, they're going to get up me. My favourite beer is a 4X Gold. And the joke in Australia is why do Queenslanders spell 4X with 4Xs? Because they can't spell beer. So, yeah, they just put 4Xs there instead. So, yeah, Australians are very, very divided. Every state has their own drop. There's really no state, no beer that carries across. There's a few boutique beers, but every state has its own individual beer that it prefers to drink.
Ah, there we go. Learn some more Australia facts there.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's
Right,
funny.
no.
Mad.
So, what would you guys like to talk about today? What topics, what burning topics have been on the agenda for you guys that you wanted to come on the show and have a chinwag about?
It's all sorts, isn't there? Des has got a little list prepared, don't you, mate?
I guess. Marks, I saw your tweet about servers copying each other, all that sort of stuff. I thought that was quite interesting. Maybe we could talk about that. I'm a bit mixed on it, if I'm honest.
Yeah, so I probably more, well, I don't know, when you make DayZ videos, you're always trying to look for servers that are kind of unique and stuff, for videos. And I'm in the DayZ Facebook group on Facebook, and every day there must be a couple of hundred server promotions that go up on that page every day. And you look through them, and it's just, you see one, and it looks like, see one, you're like, okay, that seems good. And then you see a next post, and it's like pretty much the exact same mods again. Just, kind of general just stuff. Like, it looks like it's kind of nearly copied, they all kind of follow the same format. And it doesn't seem like anyone has kind of stepped out of the kind of unique box in a while. Like, since the DayZ Rearmed blew up, those servers done really well. Every server out there nearly has been using key cards or some type of form of Tarkov keys in a way to kind of copy the going in, opening doors, that type of stuff, which is a good thing. It makes it more, you travel the map and stuff. It's kind of good. But after a while, you realize that every server, like even some of the big servers out there, I won't name names, but some of the big popular servers that have been around for years are doing the same thing now. They have keys with doors around maps and stuff. You just go in, get loot, go out again. It's like that unique feeling of having that kind of Tarkov feel on those servers is now kind of gone, because everyone and the mother has the same format. It's kind of annoying because it makes content stale in a way. There's only so much content you can do on that type of format before you're like, and I know it's popular and that's why everybody's copying it, but at the same time, I don't know, it needs to change up a bit.
I kind of agree with you. The issue I see is, we've talked about this before, but one, there are so many fucking servers out there. It's really diluting the player base. And two, I kind of I like the servers where they at least try, but try something new, try to come up with some a different concept. But then we enter into the territory of custom mods that are only available on a certain server, which kind of, I understand why they do it, but I hate it at the same time. I wish everyone was more open and worked, was able to play nice with each other and share this sort of stuff better around the community. But it's just, it seems to be that, like you said, mate, they'll copy the successful formats, and I understand why. And I think in that thread, I was having a bit of a discussion with someone. I can't remember off the top of my head who it was, but who are we to say that someone can't try and start a server? We can't. That's on you. If you want to spend money and start a server, good luck to you. Most server owners would probably tell you not to. Very few of them are what you would probably call megally profitable. But you do you. If you want to start something just for you and your mates to play on, go for it.
Yeah.
But it seems like there's, so a few points I forgot to mention was a lot of those servers you see promotions on Facebook that have that type of stuff are usually empty. Like I'll search them up on the launchers because I'll be like, okay, this looks interesting, and then they're empty. Like literally 0 players on these servers. And it's like, how many times do you promote and how many months of server bills do you pay before you go, let's leave it, because it's just the same, and there's maybe a better server out there that's doing it better or whatnot. And it seems like a lot of these servers, they just make them put them up there and hoping that they'll fill because they want a quick cash grab or whatever. That's mainly what it seems like. And it seems like the love for making a DayZ server and trying to figure out what could be more unique and stuff like that has gone down. It's just everybody wants to try and make a quick buck.
Yeah, the quick buck is interesting,
isn't it? Yeah, like I've always said, like if your primary goal to open a DayZ server is to make money, then personally I think you're in it for a wrong game. So it's like it's about I mean, I started it for some mates for us all to piss about on because we got fed up of the officials and stuff, and we wanted to do his own little things with it, and it went on from there. Like for me personally, I keep mine for a hobby. So most of mine I pretty low pop at best of times, but it's mainly just for me and my mates and stuff to try new things and new maps, and you know what I mean, just see what's new stuff's out there and what's fun to try out.
Well, I've got
the
the official server thing running in the background. I'm just going to see how many community servers come up. I know it's over 1,000, but yeah, just
well
to see.
that.
Yeah.
Thousands and thousands come up.
While you're waiting for that, I didn't think on the point that you just suggested. I think that kind of makes a little bit of sense. But what I was thinking of is surely it's more about the community behind these servers. Yeah, maybe, there are some that have got 0 pop and they're trying to get a quick buck, but there are some that are similar to, say, like, and I'll name drop a few, a Day One or a this and that and the other. They're just trying to make something different for the community that they have. Yes, it might be very similar, but we all have the same amount of mods and the same amount of, things to choose from. We all go to the same place to be able to go, oh, I'll have that mod. Oh, I'll have that mod. Oh, I'll have that mod. I'll put expansion on this. There's only so much choice. As much as there may be 15,000 mods or something, the popular ones that people like and are entertained by are a select few, and we've just got to take that. Yes, being creative is great, but how far can you go before there's one of everything? And I think we've got up to one of those points by now. There is one of everything.
Yeah, I'm hoping we'll see a change soon, especially with 1.14 coming out. I said back in Experimental that it wouldn't surprise me if there was going to be more vanilla style servers coming out, because with the base game having toxic zones now and so on, it makes it feel kind of more modded. I know some people will agree or disagree, but it's just my opinion. Yeah. So I'm hoping that'll happen soon, and we'll see more kind of lightly modded vanilla servers that add maybe unique mods or different mods that you don't see on every server out there, and just not every server needs to have every single gun pack out there to make a server good. There's 4 copies of the exact same rifle on one server. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Gets annoying.
Yeah, I can completely see that. That makes sense. But I think it's for a lot of not all, but some. It's about the community that they've got behind them and what they really want. As I said, we've only got a certain amount of mods to and it's for the modders to be creative and the server owners themselves to be creative to come up with new ideas. But that's easier said than done.
Thank you very much, Dr. Peppermint, for the raid there as well, and welcome to
legend.
To a bunch of people who probably didn't even know that there was a DayZ podcast in existence. So, welcome. I'm Boydie. Marks.
Hello, welcome.
And we are joined by our 2 guests, Zombielee and LivingDead, and we are talking at the moment about the sheer abundance of servers that are out there and how many of them are just copying each other. I'm up to 1,075 servers so far, and then we're still going. And that's just the PC. I don't even know how many there are on console. I don't even know if you can check. You probably can on your console launcher, but I imagine that someone like Scalespeeder would probably know. But as Scalespeeder wrote in chat, there will always be someone who comes up with something unique. But the problem is, a bit like Twitch discoverability and YouTube discoverability is getting people to notice your server. So unless you have someone who can, in your friend circle who can help promote it, or you go in and you start spamming and annoying the crap out of everyone in Facebook groups and Reddit and getting banned from Reddit because you're spamming your server and all the rest of it, it's fucking hard.
That's the problem.
It's hard to get attention on a new server.
Everyone wants to be the one. That's as simple as it is. You want to be the best. You're not in there unless you want to do a good job. Simple as. Even if you're doing it as a hobbyist like Donnie does, you want to be doing well, and you want the people who are on there to enjoy themselves. So we need to think more about the communities behind these servers rather than this is a copy of that one and that one and that one and that one. And Dom Grow in chat, he's got a fucking brilliant server, but it gets, little to no attention, and it's been there for such a long time, and it's unique. So is being unique the good bit here, or does that not work?
Well, what needs to happen as well is, I think, and I know I keep bringing up Rearmed, but it's like the perfect example of what happened was the only reason I found that server and made that video was because of a tweet that they put on Twitter, and it came up and recommended on Twitter about it, and I was like, oh shit, that looks cool, I'll check that out. Bookmarked it, left it there for a day or two. It had 17 people on the server at peak American hours. And that was the most it had on a 100-slot server. And it's like, if I didn't make that video, would those servers be popular today? Probably not. They probably wouldn't even be around.
Exactly. It's look.
And it's like it's look. Yeah, it's like I made that video, it explodes, then all of a sudden every DayZ content creator out there was suddenly streaming and playing and making videos on those servers. And it just happens like that. So it is look, and promote yourself on Twitter and Facebook, but don't be annoying, and just do it properly, and don't be over the top about it. Just be kind of,
and you've got to be persistent. Don't expect this shit to happen overnight. For some people you may get lucky, and you may have the right person promote you or something like that. Yep. But like I said, it is more about promotion than being unique. But you're going to have something that's a point of difference, because why is someone going to go and play a carbon copy of Day One that only has 5 people playing on it when there's the Day One servers which have queues of 20, 30, 40 people, and you're bound to get much more action happening? Because there's a queue of 30, 40 people,
actually.
That's probably the reason. But the majority of people know. The majority of people are, for some reason, happy to sit there to get onto those bigger servers, probably in the hopes of bumping into a Smoke or whoever else is playing on those servers these days. But I won't queue. And I don't ask people to give me priority queue, but if my favourite server has a queue, I'll just go play something else.
I remember people were waiting in the Rearm queues 4 hours to get in.
Bloody hell.
Some people got. I remember people waiting 4 hours to get into those queues, and then some people would crash the second they load in, or a mod would be broken.
Oh man!
And then those 4 hours are gone, and then they'd have to re-queue again for another 4 hours.
We talked about that a couple of weeks ago.
Holy shit! It's insane
with the launcher, and you make it all the way to the end, only to get told that a mod needs to be verified or something like that, and you're like, you piece of shit! I'm gonna fucking.
Shit game, man. Shit game.
Fix your game. Fix your mod. Fix your fucking server.
It's not the worst, is the. But I think as well, it's like how easy a server is to set up these days. We all host stuff out there, and then people see something that's doing well, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm going to go at that and see what happens." Isn't there? But like you said, what's going to make them go to that server amongst all the others? Unless you've got a name, or like you say, a streamer friend or anything, something like that, or someone with a bit of. Who knows people, then it is really hard to get your servers noticed.
Well, like Vodka just said, I don't play Day One anymore, simply for the queue. I'm glad there are some servers with the same mods. There needs to be variety out of there for these people who want to play this server but can't. There needs to be options, and it's not this copying and all this bollocks, right? It's just as a second community there, so that therefore number one, and then you've got number two, And they can have second servers, but they'll all be full as well. On a point that Mark's mentioned before, I think there is going to be a backpedal towards, more vanilla servers. So I'd like to see what happens with the modded game. What's going to happen there? I think we're going to see a massive downturn in the amount of servers because of the popularity of them. We've seen it year on year. There's just been drop. The popular servers that we've known forever have disappeared.
Yeah, Jensen Novo. I was just thinking about Jensen Novo. Saw someone mention it in my Twitter feed the other day. One of the legendary servers of the OG DayZ community servers, and then they just faded away. We're sort of seeing the same with the Pipsy community here in Australia. It's a shadow of its former self. It's still struggling, and I hope to God that it makes it, because it'd just be sad to see this OG server disappear.
Yeah. It is always sad when you see one that's been around for a while just fade away.
Mhm.
It does make you wonder what's happened sometimes, though, doesn't it? You're like, I wonder what's happened there.
Oh, that's a topic I want to talk about one day. With some of the servers, I think a lot of it comes down to nastiness.
Politics,
yes,
money,
stuff like
all of that
but
sort of stuff.
it's
I've seen it within the last couple of months. I'm not going to mention on it, but that's been the downfall of a lot of people.
Definitely 100% on that. Dumpgrad's saying there, I mean, think about it. Is it fair to tell servers not to carbon copy one another when people make servers that aren't the day one servers, but day one servers always have a queue? Also known as isn't part of the issue with how the players choose to play and what servers they choose to. Of course it is. And a lot of people will choose to play the servers that they see their favorite creators playing on, whether it be their streamers or, so-and-so puts out a video and says this was recorded on XYZ server. And there is a need for people to make servers similar so that, not everyone's having to sit there in a queue. But, you've got to do that ethically. We've talked about that in the past, haven't we, Marks? People who create carbon copies down to the name, which is
we're not saying,
bit.
Yeah, I remember the ones,
But they changed it. They changed it, so credit to them for that.
I made a experimental gameplay video on the LivingXDead servers, and I put out that it was recorded and stuff, and then like that following night, I think it was, and I think some of the following days, well, it nearly filled. After it was kind of good to see for a while.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. Cheers, mate. Appreciate
it. Like filled for a few hours, and then went down again. But it was cool to see. Like it does have a rippling effect, and it does work.
Yeah. But,
well, I'm not going to name a specific server, but X server, Y server, they weren't the first server of its kind. They just had a popular name. They had a popular community.
Yep.
They shouldn't be in any higher esteem within the whole sphere of the game, but they are. And the server owners who came up with them in the first place can't do anything about that.
Dumpgrad's got a good point there. We server owners call most DayZ players pop watchers, not players. There are so many people who play DayZ, and they play it because they want interaction and they need interaction to keep the game interesting for them. So they're watching to see what server is populated. Me, I couldn't give a rat's ass. I'll play a server if I like that server, and I personally kind of prefer it to be low pop. Because or a big map, because I don't want it to be like Grand Central Station with dozens of people running around everywhere. I want to almost lose myself in the game so that when someone does take a shot at me or I see someone, it's a fucking heart and throat bum clenching fucking moment.
We've all seen it. Yeah,
that's what me and DayZ were saying. Like obviously, like the interactions on the big popping servers and stuff, it's fun and everything. But obviously, being like a survivalist and like Apocalypse fan and stuff, like for me, when you're playing on a low pop server and there's only a couple of other people on there, like it makes it way more tense because you're like, fuck me, this couldn't be anywhere. Like, and then as soon as you hear a shot, you're like, oh my god, you know what I mean? I don't know, it just makes it more tense. It makes it like a whole more like good atmosphere about the whole thing. It makes it feel a bit more immersive.
Albert's Cat's got it as well. A lot of those servers that have those high queues, it's because XYZ streamer is playing on that server, potentially playing on that server at that time, and there are smaller streamers and fans clout chasing and looking for streamers. We've all seen it. We all know who does it, and that's one of the reasons. I'll be honest, why I don't play some servers is I'm not interested in that at all. I want it to be more organic. I don't want to bump into so-and-so just because I knew they were playing on XYZ server. Unless it's Fubar Bundy, I'll stream stalk that motherfucker every time he jumps online. I'm joking. Love you, Bundy, if you're watching.
I love Bundy.
Yeah, if he's watching, make your server again. Sort it out. Come on.
Please.
Yep.
I always say, like, that's one of my favourite servers I've ever played on that. I've met so many of my friends and stuff because of that server. I remember the day when it got announced it were going down. I rate gutted. Like, one about it to this day, me and Patty and all them lot, like how much we missed it. And it was really good fun server, that, for me. Even though I put up with 300 odd ping down to Australia.
You would.
That brings us on to your new product, Donnie. With Patty making the playground, just trying to make something that's similar to that experience again. It's nice to reminisce.
Have you got? How many servers do you have?
About 75, probably.
Jesus, fuck me.
No, well, right. It may sound bad. I've got a few. There's a few. But a lot of them have all started as like you see, because I do it as a hobby. So like a new map or something will come out, and I'll be like, oh, let's have a little look at that. And then some of my mates will come play and stuff, and they've played on it, they've got progress. I'd sort of just end up leaving it up. Yeah. So I think altogether, like, I look after a couple of servers for like some other people and that, and then I've got.
Is that just DayZ servers?
Yeah.
Or is that on different games?
No, I did used to have a 5M server I was developing, but then I got a bit bored of that. So I think something happened on DayZ.
Jesus.
Can I give? You can tell me to fuck off if you want to, but how much does that cost you to run that many fucking servers?
I was taking the piss about 75, by the way. He hasn't got that
many. Well, I was looking for a Daddy box because at the time, me and some friends had moved to PC. And I think we were using GTX or something. And I was looking at the slots, and I was like, "Fucking hell! I could actually get a Daddy box, like a bare bones server, and set it up myself and do that and I could run as many as I want." So I got like a server from Hertzner, they're called, in like one of them server auctions they do. So someone had obviously used it before me, but it got reconditioned and everything. So I got a right good bargain on it. So that's what I do for my hobby.
And you just run those at home?
Not at home. It's in a data center somewhere in Helsinki. But yeah.
I've used Ping Perfect in the past for my hosting, 1 or 2 times.
Yeah, GTX were good. Like, we're definitely a step up from when we had it on Nitrado. So, but again, like I say, it were priced at slots. To me, what made difference, because I was like, well, if I want this hardware and then I want like enough for a few people to come on, if it does happen, then it's cheaper just to get this Daddy box. And then I can do whatever I want then. So.
Yeah, there's a Chimsy, Livonia, a modded Livonia, a vanilla, a modded vanilla, Stewart Island, Namalsk. I think there's a Deer Isle. What else is there? Pripyat.
Oh, that's Pripyat. Yeah, I've been enjoying that recently. I like the Stalker theme stuff. So
just piss around projects. You gotta enjoy yourself.
If that's your hobby, mate, like this is my hobby. Is doing the podcast and doing some crappy YouTube videos and stuff like that, and doing a couple of streams each week. If that's your hobby, some people have cars, some people have guns, some people have airsoft rifles, some people have DayZ and airsoft rifles.
Yeah, that's
looking at you, Marks. But everyone has a hobby, and if that's your hobby, mate, fucking go for it. Knock your socks off, mate.
Well, you've got to enjoy it. Otherwise, you get yourself into this rut about how much money you're going to make out of it, and that's what pretty much the rest of the community dive themselves into, and then they implode. So, it's best to enjoy it with a couple of mates and see what you can do. And if you can help other people along the way, helping them to make a server, that's fucking brilliant. It's an extra one in the bag. Just enjoy it.
Yeah, OG11, you're saying, and Mike, you two both like servers where there's lots of players on it, and that's fair enough. That's the way you guys play. Me, I traditionally go for more the more hardcore servers. So like a server like Churnerus Has Fallen, where you're struggling to survive just against the actual server. So it's almost like a single player game that just happens to have the potential of someone else trying to do the same. So that's the way I play. That said, at the moment, there's a new server here in Australia. DayZ Down Under have just opened an enhanced vanilla server.
I saw that,
and I'm playing that at the moment, and I'm fucking loving it because I played so heavily modded servers that I'd almost forgotten what vanilla DayZ was like. And a bit like you, Marks, with the experimental patch. I don't think you and I played much else other than experimental while it was out.
Yeah.
And it made me realise that the game isn't that fucking bad without all the extra shit added to it. It's got issues. It always fucking will. The day that DayZ doesn't have an issue is the day that fucking the servers are all closed and the game is shut down forever.
I'll stop fucking playing it the day it has no bugs.
You could say that of almost any game, I reckon. Every game has bugs, but I'm just really fucking enjoying it. Really, really enjoying the experimental version. And when I say it's lightly modded, they've added a couple of things that are just very small quality of life features that DayZ really should have. Some that we've talked about in the past, and like bring back auto run. I'm glad Lad's not here.
Yeah.
No, run, man.
Yeah, I think there's I think there's an option for both. A high pop server, a small server. It doesn't really fucking matter. It's just about what you like, isn't it?
Yep. You do you, boo. You do you. Whatever floats your boat, whatever turns you on. If it's fun
as
for you,
enjoying game,
fucking do it.
We've got such a diverse community for a reason.
Yeah. Mix it up, though, people. Mix it up. Don't just sit there every single night in the queue of 40 waiting to jump onto insert name of current popular server. Get you and your friends, and a server won't bump out of low pop and move to medium pop or high pop unless people actually jump on it. Do your research, ask around, check Reddit, check the Facebook groups, check Twitter, see what's out there. For me, it's more about the team behind a server, I'll be honest. If it's got a good bunch of people, if it's got a good bunch of people and a community that's not fucking toxic, I'm all over that shit.
I was thinking of doing a video series. I don't know if I ever will, but I was thinking of doing one where I find random servers and rate them out of 10 at the end of the video. So like go onto a server. Obviously, it'd be my own personal opinion, and people would agree and disagree. But I was like thinking it'd be like maybe it'd be something. You obviously get like servers, maybe like new servers. You get the popular ones. Mix it up with everything. I think it'd be a cool series to do, but I don't know if I'll do it. It could be arse effort.
I think if you've got other people on board as well, as a bat and ball, I guess, you might be able to make something out of that. I think just having one opinion could really fall short. If you get a couple of other people doing it like a fucking panel or whatever, then you've got a varied amount of opinions. You can go good or bad. And if you give people reasons, it's constructive and it makes the community better. So fuck it, why not?
Yeah, I was thinking of about. I never know.
Hayden in YouTube chat's got it. You can never keep a DayZ player happy. Always want more. I'll actually agree with that. It won't be long before I'm going. I'm missing my hardcore fucking def server and all the rest of it, and I won't just go dabble and then I'll be in that. I've got a scum server and I haven't fucking played that in weeks. I logged back in just to check if my base is still there, and all my vehicles have despawned, and the base is almost falling down around my head, and I'm like, okay, I'll probably have to start.
That's the joys of like different servers, though. Is that like right now you'll enjoy your vanilla stuff, and in a week's time, if you want to go back to your hardcore stuff, it's there sitting, waiting for you. You can go back to it, and then you might want to go and play a heavily modded server for a change, and you'll go do that, and then come back to your hardcore vanilla. That's the joys of it,
That's the beauty.
There's the ability to do whatever you want.
Servers. Yeah, you can literally play it however you want.
Yeah, what I was saying to Donnie earlier is literally you can go over onto an RP server, put some cat ears on, and RP however you like, or you can go get Mosened in the face on a high pop server. You can do whatever you want. It's great.
That's the beauty of DayZ.
Just quickly, there's Lad in chat. Everyone give Lad some love. He's not feeling too well tonight.
Oh, get well soon, mate.
But yeah, 100% agree. 100% agree. The only issue is that with some servers, particularly if you're into base building, one of those sort of servers, and especially when there's factions and raiding and stuff like that, they are very time consuming. They're not like your day one servers where you could just jump on for half an hour, run around a bit, maybe have some PvP, and then jump off again. Those other servers really do need a lot of time to keep playing on and be effective on, to actually make an impact on that server. So it becomes harder if you're invested in one of those servers to find time to play other servers. So there is something to be said for DayZ without bases. Is an easier way to play the game. But we'll talk more about bases later on with one of the topic points.
Speaking of that, has anyone remember Erno? It must be a year ago now. Was doing that base building mod.
Yep.
Has there been any update on that?
No,
because that's the one thing with DayZ is base. I know it's a topic later on, but base building seems to it can like lag a server sometimes as well and be kind of laggy. Now I was wondering, it looked like his might kind of solve that because it more compact or whatever. But yeah, I haven't heard much about it since.
He's not the only one working on something like that. I know Spud has something similar for DayZ Down Under. But yeah, I do remember the basically those little shacks. And I think he needs some support to help get those to fruition. off the top of my head. I know I did speak with him about that a while back, but yeah, I probably need to follow up with him on that actually and see if because they looked amazing. They looked absolutely fucking amazing.
Yeah,
Little standalone structures that you could pop up anywhere, and
That's cool.
yeah.
It's like that more doors mod, isn't it? That's good for keeping load off servers with bases and stuff. Because
More doors is amazing. More doors is amazing.
Great.
The other one that I really want to know more about is where War Dog's at with his actual locking existing doors mod, because that would be even better than more doors, because it'd be ultimately then you'd come down with a combination of more doors with the barricades for windows and stuff that people can't crawl through, and actually just locking the existing doors. So that would be my dream, is they implement a way to do that. I
forgot about that mod.
Yeah.
And you got Base Builder Plus, which is waiting on an update as well. There's all sorts happening with base building.
DayZ expansion's got base building as well in it.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favourite ones actually, is DayZ expansion. I don't know, it's just nice and simple. It snaps, you can disable snapping. Seems to have got like most good bits what you need, like the doors, the windows, garage door things, hatches, stairs. It's pretty good, and it's quite easy to whip up a pretty decent sized base as well with that.
Well, it just comes back to what you like, innit?
Yeah, that's it. And obviously it comes bundled with code locks as well, and satchels for raiding and stuff. So it's the raid controls as well. I like that about it. So
someone just said, have anyone seen Sumrak playing the Arma 2 Namal story? Cool stuff to watch. I've been watching Sumrak play a lot, and I'm stunned at just how few people actually. There'll be 1,000 people watching so-and-so play, 100 to 500 people watching another person play, and then there's only maybe 100 to 200 people watching the lead dev of DayZ play DayZ. That just blows my fucking mind. Plus, I think he's got some of the coolest fucking mods in the game. That freezing temperature, emotes. That freezing temperature emote, I fucking love it. I just put it in chat. And then the orb. Guys, if you haven't, go and find Namal Survivor on Twitch right now and chuck him a follow. It's amazing that, and he's constantly talking and he answers questions about the development of DayZ while he's streaming as well. Not all of them. He's rather cryptic. He's kind of funny. He's got a quirky sense of humor. But everyone, if someone could get his channel and just share it in chat, everyone needs to be following that guy so that when he comes up, he does deserve more from us all. He puts his heart and soul into this game.
I think it comes down to discoverability, Twitch discoverability in particular. Obviously, we've heard that Running Man's been talking about that.
Yes.
So
yes,
it's very interesting. It's a deep hole to get down, but I'm looking forward to it.
Well, let's do it now. Let's. There you go. There's the Namal Survivors channel, and he's now enabled a sub button, which is fucking awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm glad.
You could go over and sub. He got absolutely smashed when he first enabled that. The amount of gift subs and stuff. I think everyone was in a desperate rush to be one of the founding members as well. It was just great. I say he deserves more, but it was great to see so much attention given to him. Now, let me do the boomer thing and try to remember how to share my screen. There we go. So discoverability, on Twitch. Where's that? Bear with me, folks. Where did you share it in Team Podcast Agenda?
Podcast Agenda, yeah.
So Paul or the Running Man put a tweet out about Twitch discoverability. I've seen lots and heard lots about how bad it is. I've heard people like David Nash talk about how great the YouTube algorithm is, how bad Twitch is, how it's impossible to grow on Twitch now, how people who've been streaming a while had it easy. I call bullshit. And basically, I think you would have been happy to see someone having a go at David Nash there, wouldn't you, Marks?
Oh, it was great. It was so good. He deserved every bit of it.
I don't know what you got against that guy, but I agree on some points, but It's fucking hard. Even I handed back my Twitch affiliate because primarily for one reason and one reason only. Twitch does not let you multi-stream.
You're tied into contracts and shit. Yeah,
and technically, I was actually breaching my agreement before by allowing Marks to put out videos, because Marks is usually Johnny on the spot with getting his update from the podcast out within hours after the podcast ended. And because I was allowing that to happen, technically I was breaching my Twitch agreement. So it was
they own everything.
Yeah.
They own you.
Exclusive for 24 hours. They own your likeness. They own your logo. They can do whatever the fuck they want. And just with any of your stuff. Plus, they take 50% of your revenue. They've managed to convince everyone that bits are, a really cool thing to do. When you think about it, basically they're just taking 30% of the money that you could donate directly to your favorite content creators instead. It's just it's a shady business model. I have nothing against a company making money, but I handed mine back and I could not be happier. I'm multi-streaming on 3 platforms now: Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Which is getting bigger exposure to the show, which is primarily what I care about. More people watching, and so there's no right or wrong answer. Marks, you're firmly in team YouTube. Me, I'm team multi-streaming. Get out there.
I'm team. I don't really care, to be honest.
But it comes
until we come over to what Twitch is doing now. So
I think
that's
what
I care.
People need to remember is they're like, Marks, you don't like Twitch. There are plenty of people like you who don't like Twitch. How many people in your chat tell you, I don't like the Twitch platform? I don't like all the bells and all the whistles. I just want to sit down and chat and watch a stream. Whereas there are people, Twitch has got this whole culture around it of all the bells and whistles, emotes and spamming emotes and raiding people at the end of streams. And it's got a steeper learning curve for viewers. So, yeah.
Well, the only reason I don't stream on Twitch compared to YouTube is when I started really focusing on YouTube last year, and when I was doing streams, I decided to stream on YouTube because I like having everything in the one place. I like having my live streams, which go up as VODs afterwards as a playlist on my channel. You can see every live stream I've ever done. They're all just on the one channel. You don't need to go to Twitch to see live streams and then back here to see videos or this, that. It's all in the one spot. You just subscribe to one thing. I've tried streaming on Twitch before. I've tried streaming DayZ and other games on Twitch. And, I'm not against Twitch. I still watch Twitch streamers every day. Whether I like it or not. Yes, it's annoying when I click on a stream and I'm not subscribed and I instantly get an ad. It's really annoying, but you get over it. But I just like YouTube because my audience was on YouTube, so why not stream on YouTube? And it just helped. It just made everything better, and I liked the way everything was just in one spot. It just, I don't know, I tick weird like that, where I just like having everything there. It's neat, it's organized. I just find it better personally. And now, the thing with YouTube is YouTube listens to its creators, if that makes sense. They probably listen to the bigger creators more, but there was stuff with YouTube streaming that wasn't there beforehand, and the creators reached out and they have one-to-one contact with an actual person who you can talk to and be like, this would be cool, ideas like this stuff, and they'll brainstorm it, and then they're just constantly developing YouTube Live and constantly adding to it and fixing it and tweaking it and just making it better and better and better all the time, which is also another thing about it. Which on Twitch, I don't know if that's possible.
It's not. They're too complacent. Sure, they've already done the job. They don't give a shit anymore. It's a money pit.
Yeah. The thing I like is with YouTube and even Facebook gaming growing, it's starting to give Twitch some actual competition, and competition is good, which brings me to our next topic, Nitrado servers.
Oh, this should be fun.
What the fuck is... I had no idea this was even a thing. I didn't realize that people are locked into only one provider option on console.
Yep.
Yeah.
I am
it's not the best provided option either. Let me tell you. It's not.
I'm glad I saw this.
I only became aware of this week. Someone shared it with me. That
I think I shared it to you by DMs.
Yeah,
and a couple of other ways.
So where are they at now? Okay, they're almost at the 1560.
There were 1,000 last time I checked, so that's pretty good. Shows there's a problem.
Well, yeah, there is.
I'm just sharing the poll in the two chats. Oh no, it doesn't. Wow, the actual poll link is too fucking big for YouTube. YouTube only. See, there's a problem with YouTube. Mark, it only allows 200 characters in a post. I
like that. It stops people like spamming big long messages. Oh, it's great.
Mark doesn't like reading.
This shit game.
Mark's is still on those see Dick and Dora books. Doesn't like reading too much.
It's hard to read long comments when you have 200 comments going every 5 minutes. It's tricky. Smaller, shorter the comments, better.
How was it to be popular, Mark? How was it to be popular?
Such a headache.
Okay, good.
But yeah, so this issue, some of the have you guys read some of the comments on there?
I've read all of them.
All of them. Read any of
them? Yeah.
What's the hashtag JW I saw from some people? Sorry, hey, hashtag JZ.
JZ. What's that?
I'm not really sure what that is.
They're promoting Jay-Z or something.
I see a big Jay-Z player.
Must be. Must own Nitrado.
I'm just stunned that it's a monopoly. We don't have that problem on PC. PC, you can go to almost anyone to get a server. Now I understand, like I've got to deal with Ping Perfect now, and they do the official servers for Scum Game, and I can understand a gaming company only wanting to have one provider for all of their official servers around the world, but to lock in all community servers to the same. That's obviously, to me, that's a financial agreement between Bohemia Interactive and Nitrado. And again, they are a for-profit business. They're not a charity. They need to make money to survive. But it's just it doesn't sit right with me. What about you, Marks?
No, it's not. Like you said, it's okay when it's the vanilla servers, like the official ones. That makes sense. But it has to be some type of funding issue, right? That like they don't allow console community servers to do it, or there has to be like I don't know why. I don't know why they would agree to something like that in the first place. Because you think the more options there are for server hosting out there, the happier people would be. You probably get more sales and stuff like that as well. It seems like it'd be a better risk worth taking. But have those servers been that bad since the launch of the game, like community server wise, or is it only recently that they're getting bad?
I think it's been pretty terrible for quite a while, from what is pretty visible from the comments. If we have a problem with someone like a big global company like Amazon, we go somewhere else. We go and collect it from a shop that's local to us or whatever, right? Where's the choice? Where the fuck is the choice? It's shit. And a bad product gets accepted because they want to have a server. Us as PC, nerds, we get whatever option we want. We can make 20 servers. They can't. Not even if they wanted to. So straight away, because only 6 of the fuckers work.
Straight away, something I need to bring up is what Zyson has put in chat, and that's something I need to be aware of as well. And I'm just even saying on the website here, attention, servers for Xbox One can only be ordered through the Microsoft Store. So
correct.
There's and Charles Peter saying it as well. PlayStation and Microsoft will have pretty strict protocols for servers to be able to join. So that is straight away. Maybe it's not a BI thing. Maybe it's a Sony/Microsoft thing that people need to be approved. I'm not aware. Does anyone else have console servers with for other games, community games, with other providers? Are there other providers who are already listed? I don't know this. That's something I didn't even think about in the lead up to this. But there was a point I wanted to bring that regardless of that point, and I'm actually in the list now. Now, I've had 2 people send me messages which are from Nitrado customer support, where they admit that once you hit 60 servers, 60 players, right? 60 pop, the servers go to shit. Now, that says to me, Scale Speeder, you probably know this. Can you get a dedicated server for console? Can someone pay extra money to have a dedicated server just for their gaming server? Or are they packed in like when you just rent a server on PC with other servers and it impacts the performance? Okay, Scale Speeder says he doesn't think so either. No, so straight away, really there's an issue that we all know ourselves, and we've got a lot of people who run servers here. We all know ourselves with PC servers and modding. And yes, console doesn't have the mods like we do, but the people are still doing some pretty insane stuff. And the impact of they also sold me expensive RAM boosts only to find out it's only for my
that happens too. It's shite. They just get away with murder.
It's
I think we need some sort of context from BI here, if I'm honest, and then a follow up to it. Yeah. Because I don't want to be saying this and that and the other if we don't know the full rundown. Maybe there's something that we don't understand whereby this is the only way that they can get community servers on console.
This is what we're talking about. Hopefully they'll listen and they'll make a response.
Community servers. Because remember right at the start of experimental, all the servers were fucked, because we're on a Nitrado. Same would happen for a console and everything. Pretty much the whole of console is down. You know?
It was the same for PC as well during experimental.
Exactly.
Like the official servers were crashing every 5 minutes, and I spent playing it 3 hours just to keep going backwards instead of forwards while trying to play, and it was terrible. I had to go to community servers, and thankfully there was a community experimental servers out there.
Yep.
But like it's even on the PC side of things, the official DayZ servers are quite shocking for a reason that I'm in the EU, so like technically if I want to connect to a server in Germany, the ping shouldn't be that high. I wouldn't expect it to be over 100 ping.
Yeah, I'm getting 100 to 120.
I'm getting 150 to 200 ping for a German server. Where sometimes it'll go even higher, and I'll go open a door, and it'll take a physical second for that door to then open itself, and it'll kick you constantly. Like it happened to me, I think yesterday's stream. I was kicked twice because it said unstable connection. And it's not my connection. My connection's amazing, but it's just those servers just can't handle it. I'm assuming, and this
nothing has come up in the process so far, warning me that by selecting 100 slot server, I may get performance issues, and that they recommend.
It simply can't handle it. Not in at 50 pop, it can't fucking handle it properly. It's mental.
Now, but the other question I have is a lot of this people who are complaining about the performance, is this people playing on old gen consoles? Because we were talking before the show, and a bit like with Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was a game that was announced back in 2012, I think, or 2013, and was meant to have been playable on the old gen consoles. And the end product was so fucking full on that pretty much only good PCs, decent PCs, and the next gen gaming consoles could play it. DayZ was also announced for console and released on console, but for the old gen consoles, but it's never really performed. It's not until we're talking about the PS5 and the Xbox Series X or whatever it is that people are now saying that they're getting good performance. Are a lot of these people who are complaining about these servers just the old gen consoles, or are there still issues for the new gen consoles? Again, that's something I don't know, and that's what I'm hoping people in chat can tell us.
But if you're on an old gen, it makes no fucking difference. They're selling something, to someone who's got old gen. You can't play it on old gen anymore. You can play it on new gen. Then there shouldn't be too much of a fucking difference. If you're selling something to someone, it should work across the board. I'm sorry, it just should. And they're clearly not good enough. And they're getting away with it. As you've just seen, it's like 114 Aussie dollars per month for a 100 pop server that absolutely will not run.
Nah, you'll still struggle with that. I mean, even when I used to run my Xbox ones with my mates, I had like, I think it was Series X or whatever it were called, or Xbox One. I don't know, there's that bloody many. And were like powerfulest one at a time. And like the game itself ran fine for me, but when we had more than like a dozen people on the Xbox server, and we didn't really up the loot that much or anything, it used to struggle. Like you'd see like stuff lagging about, players dotting about, and doors taking ages to open. It's because hardware, what they're allocating to it, it's just it's not good enough to run it.
But what I heard from people in my chat that had next gen consoles was this was PS5 and I think it was Xbox as well. It runs flawlessly on Xbox, especially or on the next gen console, especially at 60 FPS. It's like an entire new game, I've been told. But then I've come and seen on comments on my videos where what it seems like are last gen players going, why does it every time I walk into a certain part of the map, my game freezes and crashes? Apparently that's been a thing that's happening with this update quite a bit as well, as games have been freezing and crashing. Now that won't happen, or that should definitely not happen on a next gen console because they have SSDs and stuff like that, and you know they should handle it no problem. And it's not a problem on PC easy. Yeah, but I don't think
hardware isn't as much of the issue here. It's the actual server itself. It doesn't matter what you play it on. It's either shit or shit. You know, but it'd be less shit depending on which one you pick it on, because it's not a good system. And I don't want this to be the absolutely shit on Nitrado without having a clue train, you know, but we've got to say it how it is. And it's fairly clear from those comments that people are incredibly pissed off and they want changes. And, you know, it's on Bohemia and other people to be able to sort these problems. And I really hope they do.
Yeah, and we like I was playing on, it was in 1.13. I was playing on just a vanilla standard server, official. And it was close to restart. I think restart on those servers is either every 4 or 6 hours. I can't remember what exactly. Or it's even longer, I think. And it was getting very close to restart, and everyone was skipping. You know, the way they started, the server's just lagging so much because it desperately needs that restart that everyone was skipping around the place. And so it became impossible to even try and shoot someone because they're just going everywhere, and it just got that laggy and stuff. So I think there needs to be tweaks on those servers as well. Like, obviously, if we could get a different server hosted for official, it'd be great, but then also having them restart more constantly, like every 4 hours or something as well, would help quite a lot as well and stuff. And it'd be just nice. I think a lot more focus needs to be brought onto those official servers itself as well. And hopefully they can do that, you know, sometime soon.
We talk about, the console community not having mods and all this sort of stuff, but this is far more important than that. They're being completely forgotten here and they're getting a terrible product and it's not being resolved. You know, that's far worse than anything else that they've got right now on the plate. You know, don't have a gun mod. Who cares? You know, your servers aren't working. I feel bad for you.
Yeah, it's like 1.14, like, really is like, for me, if I'd still been playing on console, this would be a sick update. You know, we all like toxic areas and like bombs and everything. It's amazing. I bet it's like the feeling people have got on console that's just come out. I bet it's great, but it's getting ruined by like poor performance servers, isn't it? So,
but also let's make something very clear. It's that 1.14 will be more heavy on those servers. It's even been more heavy on PC servers. You know, it will take a lot more power to be able to run it because of this happening here, this happening there. It's going to put more strain on it. So, you know, I don't think it's going to get any better, and there's going to be, you know, some sort of a shift towards people getting even more pissed off than they already have. And we don't need that as a community. We want everyone to enjoy it.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm on PC now. Just to squash one rumor, the server cost is exactly the same for a 100 slot PC server as it is for a console server. So the reason I did that was I was just looking at a comment that said that it's cheaper on PC. Now, there may be, not with Nitrado, it's not, but there may be other providers. Like, I'm pretty sure the deal I have with Ping Perfect is cheaper than that.
It is. I've used it in the past.
Yeah, it's Nitrado aren't giving a better deal to PC by the look of it. It may be different depending on what region you pick. Usually in Australia, we have like what we like to call the Australia tax. They just make us charge everything because we're so fucking isolated. But yeah, ultimately it comes down to one thing for me. I understand Bohemia, you know, are a financial company and all the rest of it, but when you're thinking of your player base, and they should be thinking of their player base, competition
specifically
is good.
console, because they'll shit on your game and they'll break it.
Competition is good. Competition gets cheaper prices. Competition makes people lift their game, because if you aren't happy with your current provider, like we can do on PC, you can say, sorry, I'm going somewhere else because you're not providing the service I want. Locking people into only one option is never a good thing, and Bohemia need to look at that, because
I'd assume they are, because the devs tweeted out yesterday, and I think the day before as well, that they were looking into the issue that was causing these things. And they jumped on the issue very quickly. You have to give that to the devs. Second there's a problem, they're instantly on it. But I'm hoping
this isn't
that
a dev problem. Sadly.
No, I know, yeah,
I know. Thing.
I know, yeah, but I'm hoping like that either the devs then are able to report it to BI, and BI are able to get on the phone and be like, look, this needs to be fixed, because God knows how many millions of players are trying to possibly get onto the game, because millions of copies sold on consoles. Like, you need to get these up, especially on an update day. Like, it's one time you want to have everything working, and I'm hoping it'll get fixed soon. And I'm hoping there's going to be some stern words from BI to Nitrado over the coming days or whatever, to get their shit together. But speaking of all of this anger and stuff about it, which I can see console players' things about it. I put up a video yesterday, a gameplay video with 1.14. I called it 1.14 is the best update to ever come to DayZ, and I personally think that, because number one, I play on PC. I've played experimental, and I've played the now official version as well. On experimental, the servers were laggy at the start for me, and thankfully, with PC, we were able to go to a community server when they were still broken. I went to the LivingXDead servers to play on it, and that worked well. And people were commenting on my video saying that it was clickbait because I wasn't showing any of the problems that the console players were having, even though I was on PC and not getting any of these problems, which just doesn't make sense. I can't do that. It's physically not possible.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you can't be the everyman. You just can't do that. How much fucking more time would it take? The game is very similar, from this one to that one, or PC to Xbox to PS4, PS5, whatever you want it to be, in its content. But we can't. You'd have to spend weeks on experimental going, this doesn't work, that doesn't work, that doesn't work, that doesn't work. And then there's a hot fix, and then you got to do it again. You can only do so much.
I didn't have many problems in experimental at all. It ran very, very well for me. And official runs very, very well for me as well. I had no problems again. But a lot of people were, saying that and giving out to me because I wasn't, showing stuff that isn't happening for me but is happening on console, and I can't show that. I have just no way of doing it. I don't have a console, I only have a PC. I can't recreate these problems. And then some people I got a comment on it, and it was like taking it a bit too far, where they were giving death threats to the DayZ dev team, saying that the DayZ dev team should be hung. I instantly removed the comment, because I don't mind leaving comments up that criticize the game but give constructive criticism about it, because I've given it in the past, with making my cheater video and stuff like this. But when it comes to a point where you're saying that the DayZ devs should be hung over a problem that isn't their problem, that's when it becomes a bit of an issue. And then I think there was 4 or 5 more comments on it that were just like, fuck the devs, they don't care about us and all this shit. I was like, they do, because they instantly responded to trying to fix everything. And even though it's not their problem, they still went to try and fix it. And so, like, the mean comments I removed, and the ones that were death threats and stuff, I obviously removed. I was like, you need to relax. Do your research before saying something like that. And it just seems like I know a lot of console players mightn't be tech savvy.
No,
so that's 100% fine.
That's just internet culture, mate. People fucking
it's just ridiculous.
Say nasty shit. People just say fucking nasty shit because they think that they're hidden behind the internet. And if their mum or dad ever fucking saw them, I hope they'd give them a swift fucking uppercut. I just love this comment here. The tripwires are broken. Lol, they are more like wet farts than deterrents. What fucking tripwires? What is he talking about? Mines? Or is he talking about tripwires?
That's tripwire. That's a tripwire, I think. Because they've been changed to the landmines for quite a while.
No,
and they're quite good.
The landmines, I like to change. I replied to someone on something. It was on some platform. And they said, mines are pointless now. What's the point of them? Tripwire grenades are more lethal. I said, I just replied and I said, not everyone wants to kill everyone. I love the fact that there is a non-lethal option. Like what Wobo showed with sticking a landmine under a car. I know it's not realistic that as soon as you get in the car, it's going to go off. It needs to be driven over. But that's a great option. Yeah, you can. I'm still waiting for a video. If anyone knows of one, let me know, where someone pulls that off IRL. They see a squad stop and park their car. They go over, they stick a landmine under it, and they wait for the squad to come back and get in their car and all get blown up by the landmine. And then they run over there and hold them all up or something like that. It's an option.
I'm sure it's probably something that's got leaked somewhere deep down in the underworld, but not publicly.
Yeah. But no, landmines can still kill you if you're not fully health. There's still the potential of it being lethal, but not everyone wants everything to kill in DayZ. There are people who generally like to hold someone up. They need to bring the fucking taser back, but we're diverging off of the point here. That's fucked up that people are saying shit like that, Marks. That is really fucked up. As I said on the show, there's only one category of people in this world that I think warrant death, and that's pedophiles. Everyone else, I can have an argument about whether they should be killed. To say something like that, that's just fucking grow up.
Over a problem that they can't fix because it's not their problem as well. It's like, it's really bad. I saw somebody else, and I actually experienced it myself. People have been complaining about the stealth attack not working. Have any of you experienced this?
Yes.
I've experienced it as well, where you go up, kill a zombie. My knife was in the zombie, and the zombie turned around and aggroed on me. Still, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
3 or 4 times yesterday. 3 or 4 times, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
From happening, but we'll see.
They're supposed to patch that or something.
And apparently
it happened to me earlier on.
And does anyone know what the blurry HUD is? Everybody's saying there's a blurry HUD in 1.14.
I've not heard of that.
No,
not heard of that.
People are giving us, people are giving us stink about it, saying there's some blurry HUD thing, but I haven't experienced it.
If anyone's got a screenshot of it, link us to it so we can look at it. But yeah, I've got no idea what that one's about either. But yeah, it's an interesting. People just need to chill. It's a game.
Yeah, they really do. Yeah.
That said, maybe the blurry vision you get. Is there blurry vision from any of the infections? I can't remember. I don't get infected too often these days, but yeah.
I think that there is from one of the sickness, but that goes away after a while. I don't know. Not sure. But yeah, people just need to relax,
Now, I did a poll. I've actually got 2 polls this week. Mark's loves my polls, don't you, mate?
Absolutely love them.
Absolutely love them. Curious as to what the whole community wants from DayZ in the future. What is more important for you out of the following categories? Now, just to elaborate, there was a lot of comments, especially on Reddit, because I've got a Reddit poll as well. Where people... No, it was actually a really good one. But I didn't put in things like bug fixes or something like that. I wanted to focus more on actual features of the game than the technical stuff behind it. And pretty much to a T across all platforms, everyone want not everyone, the majority want better base building.
Yeah, yep. I can see why they'd want that.
Seems to be the consensus.
I mean, like the actual
Reddit
stuff
poll was massive.
3K votes. That's fucking good. That
base building again. Then what?
New, more official maps and PvP. And the thing I took from this was, you speak to a lot of content creators, or you listen to a lot of content creators, and a lot of them are talking more about the PvP side of the game because that's what they play, because that's more exciting, and that's what keeps people watching is PvP. How often are you sitting there watching a streamer and someone comes in the chat saying kill someone already, and you're like, So this was I was quite surprised at it's not a huge. It's not like there was only 100 people saying it, but overall, the player base across, and I also put this on 2 Facebook platforms, every poll, better base building was the winner by far.
Yeah.
And generally with new or more official maps coming in second place.
I think with the resurgence of the vanilla playstyle that everyone's pushing towards, as you can probably see within the servers that are filling up, very specific servers are filling up because they're kind of vanilla. This is very important. Vanilla base building, if you want bases, get it on, Are you going to use combination locks? Are you going to use the code lock mod? Doesn't matter which one, but it still needs a mass improvement, in my opinion. It seems to be lacking. I saw that Boydie, you also commented on this, but I saw JLK speaking about, just DayZ in general, and but base building, for example, is so poorly done, it's virtually pointless to build based on vanilla, and such. It's an inconvenient for using the combination locks. That gets ignored and left in the dark when so much of the player base wants a better system. It's quite convenient that those two, your poll and that, came up pretty much day within between each other.
You raised a good point there, and it's something I think I commented on that post. I'm torn on the combination lock thing because I understand the convenience of, look at code locks. Code locks on PC are so fucking popular. You enter the code once, you never have to enter it again. It's great for streamers. Because you're not having to show your base code and not making that mistake. You can set it up off stream and something like that. Not that many streamers do base building, but there's something to be said for the vulnerability of having to stop and do a code lock or a combination lock like you would IRL to open the base. It adds to the risk of the game. I think I can see that it should be an option that server owners can toggle on and off because for the more hardcore fans, you should be vulnerable when you're going into your base. You shouldn't just be able to run up and magically enter the code in a microsecond and then hit the door on the way behind you. You should have to take the code lock off. I don't know about have to pick it up. It should go to your hands if your hands are free. I'm torn on that, but I do see the argument of, Mark, you were going to say?
I can see on heavily, on very high pop PvP servers how taking, a code lock, putting it in your hand and having to do all that would be very, very dangerous. Especially if you're running solo, it'd be silly, near suicide to do. But it'd be a good option if that, like, if you could toggle it on off in server settings to have it on or off. That would be a nice little feature again that would make the game, better, make vanilla better.
Yep. For the servers that aren't so interested in the realism, they can set it. Like we said before, it's all about options. Give the player base options. Don't lock them into stuff. And that's why I think a lot of the console crowd want the init.c file so they can play with those sorts of things and make things less lethal, more lethal, and all the rest of it. But I embarrassed myself at the beginning, mate. I always embarrass myself. You know that. That said, Ike, where's the photo of you with just the DayZ Podcast shirt on, mate? You made the promise on Twitter, but you haven't delivered yet, mate. I'm still waiting for that photo of you.
Is it no coincidence that maybe over the last year and a half we've gone towards like no base building servers? Is it because base building's just not preferred by most people because it's shit?
But have we? Because look at the poll.
No.
Day one is a no base building server, and they're probably let's have a look. Well, what's the website?
That's a lot of them, actually. That's a lot of them
for checking the most popular servers again.
No idea.
No idea. Never used it. I think it is. Could be about metrics, actually. Yeah.
1 second.
That's just a suggestion from me. I don't know whether that's true or not, but surely it comes into it to some extent. Surely, people don't like the base building, so they just don't use it because they don't want to use a modded alternative. I don't know.
So rearmed, is that a
Biometrics.
Base server? It's not, is it?
Base building, base rating,
The
everything.
Fallen,
That is as well.
Yeah.
rearmed again. Degeneration,
Yeah, EU is never heard of it.
Wiped,
Yeah, they are. You can see base building plus in the title.
Russian server 10 times lead trader. Well, I'm guessing that's one. So
Yeah.
The top 10 servers all appear to be base servers.
Well, that's pretty obvious because they're using the modded alternative. I'm speaking about the vanilla. No one's using the base vanilla on most of these servers.
Rearmed uses a mix of both.
But they
A lot of
still
people
use
mainly
an
use-
alternative as well.
Yeah, a lot of people use
Build anywhere on, isn't it?
a lot of people use like the vanilla stuff, but they have a tweak, so like it's C4 rating or doors only and stuff, but they still do have it as an option.
Yeah, because that's what I was saying earlier.
That's fucking surprising. DayZ Down Under is, I forgot that. Spud told me DayZ Down Under is in the top 20. But the majority of these servers are all base building oriented. It appears like it's only day one that is a no base server.
But if you look deeper into which one of those are actually using vanilla and only vanilla, you can literally eliminate 99% of those.
Oh, yeah. But most people.
And that's what we're talking about here, is that the base building is not good enough, and so they're using modded alternatives.
Yeah.
So there is, such a thing as people just not using it anymore or having no bases at all. It's been a problem for many, many years. It's just not been resolved yet, and I really hope it will be.
It hasn't been resolved because they haven't had the people on the team to resolve it.
Yeah, exactly.
So hopefully with these boys that they are hiring, and hopefully they hire them soon, that that's probably what they hired like an artist. Can't remember the original name for it, but programmers and stuff. And they're probably going to be there, hopefully designing new base building stuff. And that's like I said, and I could be completely wrong here, but I would have a feeling that in the next year it will get some type of tweaks.
Even if small, it's a massive. Anything that's small within this game is massive. Because people feel like they don't get much. They get quite a lot, actually. I'm thankful for what the devs do. They do the best that they possibly can with the resources that they have. But a lot of people don't think that anything's happening. So when something, like a Contam zone or something like that comes in, that's absolutely wild.
People don't think stuff's happening because they use stuff like Call of Duty, where in a month they get 4 new weapons and new map and all this shit. It's like that's people are kind of used to getting stuff like that, and a lot, especially the console players, are not used to this type of game where it's still a work in progress. They want something. They think like, oh, I'm going to buy this game that's going to be 100% polished, like a Call of Duty or whatever. And then when they realize it isn't, that confuses them and angers them or whatever. But it's just the way it is.
Yeah, I think they should aim for like more doors and be able to lock down existing structures. To me, with my basic understanding, the impact on servers would be less, but the only issue I can see is that maybe Livonia would be a good example. There's not a lot of, by comparison to Chernarus, there's not a lot of real estate in Livonia that's able to be locked down. Generally, most towns can only handle one faction. Livonia, you start locking down a big building inside a town, and that town becomes off limits to almost everyone. Topolniki is probably about the I think it's Topolan is probably about the only one that could handle maybe 2 factions inside the city limits. Other than that, it becomes a bit of a danger.
There's more than that as well. I think like if you were to allow something like more doors in vanilla, they'd have to implement something as a game where there'd be restricted zones where you can't build. Because right now you go onto a vanilla server in DayZ, people are building in like the police station in Electro usually always gets built in, stuff, places like that. It won't be long before somebody's building in those toxic zones. I can 100% guarantee it. It will happen. Yeah, 100%. It's just when is the thing. So like they'd have to have a thing in place where it'd be just restricted, where you cannot build there, like build anything there, in certain zones.
Unofficial,
then
I
it would
don't
work.
see. Unofficial, I don't think so. And this is one of the things I like. The new server that Spud started here in Australia, there's no rules. If you want to build somewhere, you build there.
And yes, it does have the thing that someone could take over maybe the ATC at the Northwest Airfield, but that makes you a big fucking target. You better make sure you've got a big crew to be able to hold down something like that. And even if you do, you're going to be in constant PvP because of the amount of people who go to that area. But on official, I can agree that there probably needs to be some restrictions. Scum does that. There's certain places you just can't build. Because
within a community, you've got to have them, either give them a rule set or let them rule themselves, and have an overriding rule of don't be a dick. Simply, if you're being a dick, people are going to come down on you and they're going to kill you and they're going to make your life hell. That seems pretty obvious, but that's never as simple as it is community to community. So I wish it was.
But there was definitely worth checking the poll, especially the Reddit one. It was actually really constructive. There was a lot of stuff.
Surprisingly, I like it. It's good.
Yeah, a lot of stuff that people want.
I made a video on a vanilla base building mod that came out a while ago. It was struck down from Steam because they used, I think it was assets or artwork or something.
Oh, that was good. I like that.
They added single doors that you could add, like the more door mod in front of it. And it was using the vanilla textures, and they had double doors, like big gates where you could drive trucks, the V3S into and all that. And they had ones where when you build a wall, you could have an option to have a window in it and stuff, and it all worked perfectly. It looked really, really cool. And everyone was just wanting this mod, and it became really popular for a while, but then Bohemia struck it down.
Maybe they're working on something themselves.
That's what I was thinking of. Plus, hopefully.
The modders are the springboard for the official game, really, as we've seen time and time again. So let's hope.
Yeah, well, bits from mods and what people have made have ended up as a feature in game.
Yep, we're all just one community really, building the game, really. We're all game devs.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
But... we're all armchair game devs, I think is the term.
Well, we all think we are. Just look Twitter.
Now, we have a Christmas episode coming up, folks. 18th of December, I'm pretty sure it is. So that'll be the last episode of the year, and we won't start up again until around about the 8th of January, I think, is the next one. But for this, we are going to be doing some giveaways on the day. There'll be a few things like, podcast T-shirts and mugs and so on. But what I have done, and if anyone watching this live or if anyone watching this later wants to donate something, please reach out to us. We want to be able to give away as much as possible. But already I've arranged some pretty fucking cool things. And let me just find the channel. No, that's not it. Oh, man. Holy... Discord channels, I think, is the term people use. Christmas show giveaways. So, we have a £50 Amazon voucher courtesy of Hello Dave, and he's a Twitch streamer. I will share his channel in the Twitch chat right now, so definitely give him a follow. He reached out and wanted to donate that. Then we have Foxypote has donated a Rust voice props pack. And maybe donating something else as well. Now, I've liaised with Man Over Mars, and this is something, even if you win it and you're not a streamer, if you're in here, you obviously have a favourite streamer that you watch or something like that. Even, Mark, you can have emotes on YouTube.
I have emotes.
Yep. You could win a 5 streaming emote package from Man Over Mars. So if you wanted to get some new emotes done, you could win... liaising with him, and he will make you 5 emotes that you can use on your channel, or you can give that to your favorite streamer and they'll be able to get them for free from Man Over Mars. We're also getting the same from Dr. Strangelove. When it comes to emotes, these two guys are probably the biggest names in the DayZ related community for making emotes.
Yep.
So that's pretty fucking awesome prize, eh? It's not cheap either, trust me, folks. It's not cheap. If you always wanted a logo or maybe a new logo, you could win a logo design from Holidays. I've liaised with her as well. OG11 will do a 25-minute video edit. So if you've got a cool bit of footage sitting around that you've always wanted to turn into a video, but you've got no idea how the fuck to do it, OG will be your man. So anyone out there who's always wanted to do that, you could get a video edited professionally. He's done work for me. He's fucking good. So, yeah. And the big one that I want to announce is Windstride. Windstride has agreed with me that he will liaise with one person, and that's cool. Like, I'll actually hit you up on that. One of the prizes could be a $100 donation to a charity of your choice. That's fucking cool. That's really fucking cool.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so some of you know I've got a hat now in Windstride's clothing pack, and I fucking love that hat. It's my army slouch hat that I wore.
Oh, it's slouchy. Is that yours?
Some of you might recognise it from Windstride's clothing pack. That's the hat it was based on. This is a chance for you to have the same.
I really want this. Really want it.
Cool prize,
this is a
Pretty
really fucking cool prize. So this is not cheap, but I wanted to do something as a way of saying thank you to everyone who has supported the show. And you could win the chance to spend some time with Windstride, have him design a clothing item of your choice within reason. It must fit the ethos of his pack. So don't expect to be adding, I don't know, a fucking riding with Biden or Trump 2024 shirt to the Windstride's clothing pack. It must be
so my dreams of anime girl onesies out of the question.
Oh, God.
Custom mods. Get on with it, mate.
That would be funny,
right,
actually. That would really be funny. But yeah, so this is an amazing prize, and one at this stage I think a lot of people are going to be hoping that they win. The way it's going to be done is if you type in chat !points, and it'll be open to both YouTube and Twitch viewers. Sorry, Facebook, but the system just doesn't work with you. If you type !points in chat, you'll see that you've already been accruing what we call podcast bucks here. And then throughout the night at the Christmas show, I'm going to be doing raffles. And if you are the winner of one of those raffles, you will be getting a chance to spin the wheel. And as prizes are removed, the wheel will reduce. Now, I'm going to be weighting that wheel so that, you know, something like Windstride's clothing pack is going to be probably the least likely option. But as prizes are removed from the wheel, the chances will increase. So yes, call me a fucking view whore, but the longer you hang around,
you damn leech.
the more you yeah, I'm a leech. Oh, fuck you. Those who know why that fucking those who know. Boydie, the fucking DayZ leech. Oh, fuck, that takes me back. You know, I was wearing his fucking shirt that day as well. I've got one of his shirts, and I was wearing it that fucking day as well. I have not.
Did you burn us?
No, I haven't burnt it, mate. I'm not one of those who goes out and burns shit. But I haven't worn that shirt since. It still sits in my drawer, and I look at it, and it's like, you motherfucker. Anyway.
He calls it.
So yeah, please. The more you watch, the more you get. So watching live is the only way you can earn the points, and you'll also earn points whenever I'm streaming others days. So yes, but hey, everyone fucking does it. We all have incentivized ways of getting people to watch us. So this is the way to give back to the loyal viewers who've been here on the night of the show. I will be giving people more points. The tickets will cost $1 each, but you'll be able to enter, in most cases, up to 100 times on each raffle. So if you've got hundreds of points, you'll be able to enter most raffles if you've only got a handful of points. But I will be giving viewers at the start of the show probably a couple of 100 points so that everyone watching has a chance to enter and win something cool. But obviously, yeah, if you're a long-time viewer, you're going to have a lot of points watching. So, yeah,
Like Mellow Waltz there was 625 points.
Points being prizes as well. There you go.
They do. Right now.
Jeez, that 87.8 Survivor FM, he's going to clean up.
Some assist there with that amount of points.
You can also do this.
Not months, we're talking weeks.
I love that soundbite. I love Eugen, but that was just, it's one of the most memorable quotes from DayZ. Weeks, not months. And it wasn't actually weeks, not months, he said, as you heard. Not months, we're talking weeks, is what he actually said, but it turned into weeks, not months. So, yeah. You guys still there?
Yeah.
No, just everyone went fucking quiet. It was really, really good. Pint. I love you, Ike. I love you. Mate, if you haven't, please go follow Ike D on Twitter. His Twitter account is the fucking best. He's funny. Literally, everyone should follow that guy because Twitter becomes a toxic fucking cesspool. People talk about Reddit. Twitter is a real fucking toxic cesspool. But having an account like Ike in your feed, it just, you can't help but smile. I particularly love his naming of exotic animals, birds and flowers, and I saw one the other day. It was a southern Tyrannosaurus Rex or something like that, and it was a lizard. He just posts the funniest shit. He's got such a great outlook on life. We need more people like that on Twitter. So yeah, go follow Ike D on Twitter. If someone could share his Twitter account in chat, would be fucking awesome. You won't regret it. It's a reason to open up Twitter every day, is looking for whatever Ike has got. At the moment, he's trying to milk sympathy from the women because he's going in for a relatively minor medical procedure soon. But his DMs are open if any of the ladies want to send him tit pics and things like that to keep his spirits up in case things. He's a fucking crack up. He's an absolute fucking crack up. Okay. Back to the agenda. I really need to work on the layout of the podcast Discord.
Did we cover the elephant in the room?
What's the elephant in the room?
The 114 update in general.
Oh, we will be. Yeah. Well, I had the 114 update for number 8, but let's talk about it now.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, why not?
What's everyone's thoughts on it?
Fucking love it.
How are you all enjoying it so far?
Sick.
Well, I haven't played modded much. We'll say that. And I play modded quite a bit. Even light modded, you know. I've been playing experimental all the way through, as of probably most of you. And I've been playing it 114 vanilla today as well.
Been doing a lot of dying on it. That's what you've been doing.
Mate, science.
Science. Yeah, 114's been great. Like say, I think we're saying, like, whenever like a new patch comes out, I think that's what starts the cycle of people going back to vanilla for a bit. Yeah. So I think that's good because you get like a nice mix of things going. So by the time you get sick of, like, you say, all your high modded ones and stuff, there's a new update for vanilla, and you're like, ooh. And it drives people.
Well, you can see that Livonia's getting a bit more love at the moment. Over the last couple of days, you've seen, those just even, only a little bit modded Livonias have been getting a lot more love. I think that's really nice. Because if you think about it, over the last updates, 113, 112, whatever one you want to pick, there's not been as much love towards Livonia as there has to Chernarus. They improved this on Chernarus and this on Chernarus. It's really nice that they've done something else on Livonia now. It seems like there's a little bit unloved by the community. And in general, so I think it's really nice that that's been done.
Yeah, it's like I said,
it's I can't think of a better patch of DayZ Living Dead. Can you?
No, mate. It's like, I don't know. It's just like added all new proper game mechanics and everything. Mm-hmm. It's I think it's up there, one of my faves. And when it were time for server upgrades as well, it were really straightforward with this one.
Mm-hmm. I just raised something in chat. Which takes me back to the console Nitrado issue. Could that potentially be affecting the servers, the new toxic servers?
Yeah, this is something.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah,
something we were mentioning just before the artillery started. It's absolutely fucking the FPS on servers.
I've noticed it's decreased it quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. They'll go
just
down a
the
couple of
toxic
thousand
zones.
frames and then chuck it back up again, but it's only when it's spawning in. So it is causing a small problem. I'm not sure what you can imagine that's going to do to console, but I guess we'll find out.
Well, that's it, isn't it? Like, but I mean, like, when it's been idling, it's knocked like about 1,000 frames off it, just sat there. So yeah, it has had more of an impact on them for sure.
But I feel for the console crowd, and I hope they can do something to fix it. But it's definitely worth the impact. It's not like it's something they've done that there's been no benefit for. The toxic zones are just, I was streaming the other day on this channel, and I was in one of the towns west of Balota, and then I just heard it was during the day, I didn't see the flare, and then I just hear the above me, and I fucking piss bolted. And it just, I don't think I saw a single person that entire day, but I still had an amazing stream because it just, I heard a chopper, and I got to chase after a chopper. People saying they need players to be able to have fun. Not for me. This new update has just made the game so much better.
PvE is quite a lot more pleasant in vanilla now. I think it's really quite nice.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, like you were saying with the artillery. By in this video after the 1v2 that I got that you saw on stream, I was like sitting there eating steak, and next minute I just hear the rock, like the artillery come down. I was right next to the town I was at, and I shit myself coming out of it. And then literally 2 minutes later, as I was running to Northwest Airfield, another one hit that as well. So it was like in between two, in like the space of no time. It was. I
have to give you credit for that 1v2. Like Mark said, I was watching him stream. I'm actually watching more on YouTube now, surprisingly. I never really liked YouTube, but I'm starting to enjoy it. And Mark,
it's in this video, so
we like to support each other. And he had this 1v2 battle. He was starting to get low on food. Well, you were red food, so the urgency was there. And he saw the light from a fire. DayZ, please, you really need to fix that light glitch where it bursts out through buildings. It was smoke that you saw, was it?
Smoke out the chimney.
So fair enough then. I love the smoke out of the chimney. But and he went and engaged two blokes, and all he had was an M16, and the other blokes were kitted plate carriers, and I was like, Mark's going to die here because he's got the advantage of the surprise, but there's two of them, and he missed his sniper shot at the head of one of the guys. He only had like the smallest amount of pixels to hit. It was a risky shot. It was a 1%er, and it didn't pay off for you. But you managed to beat him in a PvP. And I said in chat, Marx is going to die here, and no, he didn't. So I gave you a $10 donation to eat humble pie.
You did, which I appreciate. Thank you.
With the toxic zones, or whatever you want to call them, contamination zones, well, whatever you want to call it. One thing that annoyed me, I was in, actually, Donnie, you remember this? We were in Zelenogorsk, and there's a restart, I believe, and I logged back in, and there's a toxic zone over that military base, and it kicked me all the way over to Green Mountain. Why does it do that? It says you're in a dangerous area. Keep me in the fucking dangerous area. I was the one that logged out there. Why does it kick you out so far? Like 1,000 meters or something crazy. I hate that.
It put you pretty far out, didn't it? Like from Zelenogorsk, it put you back up to
I've heard there's an issue with that as well. In that, now I think it was Spud was telling me this. That
this is only on day one of experimental, by the way.
It's to a set location as well. So what the fear is that just say a faction have set up in a location and their town gets hit by a strike, that people could go and camp the teleport location.
Yeah, that's a real problem, and it's just too far. You know, if it's a 100-meter circle that it surrounds, why am I getting chucked back 1,000 meters? And it really kind of broke the immersion of being inside the contamination, going, oh, fuck, I've just spawned into this. You know, I should have to try and get myself out of there rather than being, airlifted out over to Green Mountain.
Like a grace
that really
period
pissed me
before
off.
the gas starts affecting you.
Yeah.
Or even the option to say, look, do you want to spawn out in a safe location or here?
Yeah.
So it kind of like you say, it knocked our immersion up when that happened, didn't it?
Well, and then you died shortly after, I believe.
Science does it.
It just annoyed me.
Yeah, you can apparently turn it off. Spud said we've turned it off to stop camping of the zones and potential abuse during PvP.
I like that. I know they made an improvement to those zones, but I think they just need removing, to be honest. I'd rather suffer. I'd rather die than be airlifted out.
I wonder if it's again just something that's there for the console community to maybe help them in a way, because without insulting the console community, I think a lot more of them are casual, and probably younger as well, and they mightn't, be able to.
Here's your 1% shot, mate.
That was my miserable shot that I missed, yeah. I don't know how I didn't hit him, but I didn't. I suck.
Okay, good.
But I think it might be for that reason as well. I know I need to. I suck.
Just get good, mate.
But no, fucking amazing patch. The best patch that I can think of in the history of DayZ. It was fucking outstanding. This is the other reason I thought you were going to die is because you fired first, you attracted all the infected. They just didn't push you.
Suppressed pistol. Yeah.
So, yeah.
As much as we're going to be on the shall we say hype train, or we're really happy about this update, there's a lot of people that aren't, though, in fairness. Yeah, and they might be bitching, they might be irritated, but it's a lot of the modded community just being like, I don't want to play the game anymore, it's ruined, and all this bollocks.
There's some YouTubers and
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Streamers out there who just constantly complain every time a new update comes out. I'm not going to name names, but it's just every fucking time. And all they are is just negativity constantly, and there's nothing worse. Nothing worse.
Why is this game before
there is nothing wrong with being critical, but you've got to be, semi-prof. It makes me laugh when you say that, that they carry on like that and then wonder why they get no support from Bohemia Interactive and DayZ.
It's fine if you're criticizing stuff because we've all done it, but when you're just being negative every single update, it's it's annoying.
Yeah, I don't understand how people can't at least just think this update's not shit. You know what I mean? Say people who want guns, there's a gun in it. There's all new items. There's it's
because they're not survivalists. These survival aspects, you get these from this, you get it from that, you get it from this. They go, why the fuck are you stopping me from shooting this person in front of me from 5,000 meters away? How dare you? This is a survival game, but I don't want it to be a survival game because that's the way that I play it. Fair enough, but that's the game, the way the game's going, and it is what it is. Play a different server
people who don't like the survival focus that DayZ's heading down.
There's a server out there for those people.
There would be
to them. I say, go listen to Dean Hall talk about what DayZ was meant to be.
There
DayZ
would
was
be
never meant to be a PvP game in his life. It became one, and it still is. There are still PvP servers out there. There are modded servers, just like there were back in the day. And yes, that was what was popular with DayZ back in the day. The Epoch and all the rest of the modded servers where it was a lot of PvP. But DayZ, Dean Hall's vision, the guy who made the game, his vision was a survival game.
You put some
towards that.
You put some DayZ PvPers in a survival server, and some of them wouldn't be able to play the game.
No, when you saw there were people complaining about zombies and stuff, and being told there's too many zombies and stuff. And it's fucking hell, you're literally running in the middle of a town, firing your gun off, pegging it about. Of course they're going to chase you. You've got to be more tactical.
Look at the amount that came and fucking marks in this video playing in the background.
Yeah, that's it, innit? It makes you think before you shoot and stuff. It's more of a challenge. But that's the that's the joy of so many servers been about. If you want that PvP style of play, there's fucking tons of them. You can go play on that. The choices. That's the best thing about DayZ. There's that many different ways you can play it. I don't know. Unless it's fully knackered something up, people shouldn't be complaining about this.
Anyone can play this game because there's the play style for everyone.
Yep.
There literally is a server for everyone. With 4,500 servers just on PC itself, there has to be at least one little snippet of something that you like.
I'd rest.
Most of these people don't even play vanilla anyway.
How can you not look at that explosion of gas land and not be impressed by what they've fucking done?
Yeah.
It pissed me off the amount of people saying that all they did was copy fucking Toxic Zones. DayZ themselves talked about fucking Toxic Zones years ago before modders introduced it. So you're talking about a chicken before the egg argument, fuckheads.
Yeah.
What came first, the
But
chicken or
even
the egg?
so, as I mentioned earlier, you know, the modding community are a springboard for what's to come within official. You know, they get this good idea. They go, everyone likes this. Let's do that. You know, there's thoughts behind this. They're not going, we're going to copy this one. They're doing it for a reason because they want the game to be good. They don't make these updates and patches and all this bollocks, right, to make the game shit. They're doing it for a reason. They're not copying this person, not copying that, but they're making a good experience for people. And we need to understand that and appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah, like Nito says in chat there, it's so immersive now. It is, like, especially when you hear that boom at thing going off. Because if you're like busy sorting something out your inventory or something, you're like, fuck me, what the hell was that? You shit yourself, don't you? Then you've got to run out and look up to the sky to see if where gas and that is. And then I don't know, it's good. Like, I'm waiting for to be on a base building server or something when a gas bomb goes off over your base. You're going to shit yourself to get out of there, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And if you've got a dozen fucking airlocks that you've got to get through.
Yeah, with the fucking code locks.
Yeah.
Clicking through it, you're fucked.
And thinking about it, even the introduction of something like a contamination zone opens up so much. You know, like a tear gas grenade. You know, an RPG thing that comes over with a fucking rocket and tear gases a specific area. There's endless possibilities for these modders.
And if anyone knows a video, please link it to me. But I'm waiting of someone releasing a video of a contact inside Tizzy or Pavlovo or Radinin or that airfield on Livonia where they're shooting the crap out of each other and they're damaging their fucking NBC suits and whoever wins the firefight then ends up having to patch and try to, maybe switch over their fucking NBC suit or something like that. It just adds a whole new dynamic.
At the Riffy area, when I watched his YouTube video, it's just getting absolutely fucked, damaged it, and just had to run out and risk it.
Yep.
Otherwise, he's dead.
It's going to make you think about your engagement a bit more, isn't it? Like, because your suit's going to get knacked, you've got to watch it.
Yep.
You've got to make sure you've got
I've loved the excitement in Wobo's voice.
Wobo,
God fucking loves that. If there's going to be a special place in heaven, in DayZ heaven for Wobo, him and Asmondian are going to be up there side by side, being saluted by all the fucking DayZ veterans as we walk past them. But yeah, just listening to him, the excitement in his voice. I DM him on occasion, and he said there's just so much to go through in this patch, and you just have this image of him just sitting there furiously at his computer,
just grinning.
Yeah,
he's got his lab coat on, and he's just sciencing all day long. Loves it.
Reminder: Wobo has a Patreon. Click on his video, subscribe to his Patreon. What were you going to say,
like
Mark?
those videos, like where Wobo breaks down stuff, and I do some, but I do a way simpler version to what Wobo does. They're like on the update videos and stuff. They're really, really fun videos to make. Like even when they were building up the hype for 114 with all the teaser trailers and stuff like that. Like I love breaking down those teaser trailers more than I do playing the game. Like I love making those videos more because they just get you hyped up and. They're great. Yeah. They're absolutely great. Oh, tip by the way as well. You can wear MVGs while having a gas mask on. By the way, it doesn't affect it.
Yeah, I really like that teaser thing. What DayZ dropped for the patch because it got everybody all active on stuff, didn't they? They were like, oh, what's this mean? Everyone were translating fucking Morse code and shit, weren't they? All posting their theories and that. Cool.
Post 114. So.
Oh yeah, that what they've just put up a day with them people at the fairground. Yeah, that's pretty fucking decent as well.
So, the trailer.
It's pretty good.
It was a damn good trailer, and I fucking hate them for it because it's got me about to go down the rabbit hole of fuck Hannah.
Yeah, it was Hannah.
Anyone got any conspiracy theories from the latest trailer? We see the return of the girl from the original release trailer. The girl with the flower on her backpack.
I've got none.
Maybe it's all linking towards DayZ 2.0.
Let's go on this trailer again.
I like that.
Or Armor 4, you never know.
Yeah. I think we'll see a DayZ on Armor 4 engine or a DayZ mod for Armor 4. Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
You see it on the back of a crisp packet, never mind Armor 4, mate. Everyone wants it.
Crisp packet. No, I think there will be, because we all know Armor 4 is coming, don't we? So.
Yeah, of course.
The as yet unannounced military simulator.
Unannounced to everyone except Bohemia. Everyone's saying except Bohemia.
Didn't some people suss it from like some job adverts what they put up? Is that how people like?
They registered a game called DayZ Reforger, I think, and then it was from them. People were like, "Oh, Armor 4 confirmed." So there'll be a game coming out at some stage called Armor Reforger, I think it's called. So have to wait and see what that's all about.
Very excited.
173,000 views, and Jesus Christ, that trailer done really well.
Nice.
Holy shit, that's insane. That'll tell you how popular this update was.
Yeah, it's a good update. Like I say, it's just console players I feel a bit sorry for, because, like I say, for them, this is like an even bigger update than it is for us PC players.
Yeah, but more content means more problems, so hopefully they can sort out the servers.
Well, like I say, it's not just really a console
But
issue,
I'm so
because
glad that
PCs
it's
have
there.
taken a hit with toxic zone things as well, aren't they? So, but I mean, like, Sunrack's a bit of a genius in it, so I'm sure it'll.
As is the team, in fairness, as is the whole team.
I'm glad that like the reception to DayZ has been so positive recently, and like even like look at the like to dislike ratio on that and stuff. Like, it's overwhelmingly supportive and hyped up and stuff.
The voices of the fuck DayZ, fuck Dean Hall, for they abandoned the fucking game. They're starting to quieten out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm seeing less and less of them every day.
Muted by the community. I put one comment in, theirs goes down one more. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Actually, that you just made me think of something.
You're looking at the reviews of it.
Yeah, where is
they're still mixed, but most recent reviews have been mostly positive.
Oh,
good.
No, that's not my birth year. Go fuck yourself, like.
It's 1930.
Recent reviews very positive.
Oh,
damn.
114 is great.
Is that based on new players then? Or is it just existing players updating theirs?
Bit of both, I'd say. Bit of both. It'll only be a matter of time before that goes to positive. The positive will outweigh the bad at some stage.
There's been 2,500 recent reviews within the last 30 days, and they've been is that 85% positive?
Something like
that's
that.
Good, that. Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's decent, isn't it?
And then we've one more. We've one more update then this year, which is crazy. You think we're getting so many updates this year? Hopefully it'll bring the AUG. God, I just want the AUG.
Right, it seems like it's going to be pretty much there, isn't it? Think about it with the changes to this, the changes to that. The Lamas basically made way for that, didn't it?
Yeah. Can't wait to use it. It'll be a direct competitor for the M4.
Yeah,
direct competitor. Now we've got the new animations.
Do we have too many M4s? That's also another thing that everyone always comments about. Do we have too many like M4 variants? 5.56 this, 5.56 that.
I want more civilian weapons. I want more civilian weapons. I want the military guns to be rare. So that someone who has the AKM or the M4 is a real target, and that the majority of people out there have got SMGs or the bolt action rifles, even some semi-autos like the SKS. That said, playing on, admittedly I got on it from the opening, and the DayZ Down Under Vanilla Enhanced server, I got 2 Zelenogors. I think I came across 6 or 7 SKSs. Which kind of surprised me,
a lot.
But I didn't have an issue because the SKS is a great, like the M16, they're decent. rifles that aren't too OP, but if you're anywhere skilled, like Mark showed with his M16 going up against a guy with an M4 and that, if you're a decent fighter, you could do all right. But Mellow Waltz is on the money there. We need the fucking stripper clip for the SKS. That will really take that from being a decent to a good rifle. Being able to reload 10 fucking rounds. Yeah, especially with bears the way they are now. I would hate to come up against a bear with just an SKS.
Yeah.
I think would 10 rounds even drop a fucking bear? The way they are now.
Maybe.
Nowadays, I don't know. Unless you headshot it, maybe, but I don't know if that does extra damage or not.
There you go. Some science for you to do, mate.
I think a lot of people complain with like them adding in 5.56 weapons and assault rifles and stuff. But I would also think that once they hit the AUG, they'll stop adding in weapons like that for a while and focus more on that. I think the AUG was like, if I were to assume the AUG is like their main goal, to get those animations in and everything that. And then once they've hit that, then they'll focus on bringing in, guns like the Rack and other the Ringer or whatever stuff, more civilian weapons, police weapons, stuff like that. But I see a lot of people give out about the FAMAS and the M16 not having any attachments. And I want you to see, I gave an example and I want to hear your opinion on it. I said the reason the M16 can't attach a scope or anything like that would be because it would then be too much of a direct competitor to the M4 in a way. I know it's lacking, it's full auto, but it's too much of a competitor for that. And the same thing goes for the FAMAS. If you were to put a suppressor and an optic on the FAMAS, it would literally be one of the most powerful guns in the game. I said under the LAR.
That's madness.
Yeah. It still is one of the most powerful weapons at close range, but I think if you were able to add like an ACOG and a suppressor to it, then it would make it even, too OP. So I think that's why it's just all a vanilla balancing issue,
Yeah, I think there's definitely more of a reason to have more civilian weapons now that the contamination zones are pushing towards it being much harder to be able to get those top tier weapons. They mean a lot more now. You're going to see more SKS, you're going to see more of this, more of that, because the M4, AK, etc. are all inside the contamination zones.
Actually, here's one for you guys. Someone in my chat the other day, I think it was M4A1 God or B, he goes by on YouTube. He had an idea which I fully 110% support. The handgun scope, the long range one, being able to be attached to the repeater.
He wanted a hunting scope at first, and then I said put a handgun scope on it instead of a hunting scope.
I would fucking love that rifle. I think that would be fucking awesome. Yeah, a decent fucking little mini entry level sniper. Yes, if you found a Mosin, you may switch to it because the handgun scope is better. But a repeater with the handgun scope on it, I'd be all over that shit. I rarely grab the repeater. I'm not interested in it.
It's got decent range, actually, repeater, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not too bad.
I mean, it'd be cool to see the concept as a mod. So modders, if you're listening, get to work. Hurry up.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to see it and then go from there.
Yeah.
1.14, big thumbs up. And it looks like the community is thinking the same with the very positive recent reviews. I don't really ever recall, I think, very positive.
Yeah.
I would love to see what it was back like the first year or two that was out. I'd love to see the reviews of that. To see, I'm assuming it was
some sort of Steam history. I reckon you could find that information.
It'd be cool to see, like, from back then to now, like, what it'd be like.
Now, this is a very, very quick topic, but I had to share this.
I'll be back in a moment.
Stimpy, my real estate agent asked me what I do for work, and I said YouTube. She looked up my channel while we were on the phone. I've never heard someone's tone go from enthusiastic to disgusted so quickly. When I read that, I fucking pissed. I laughed out loud.
Yeah.
Literally laughed out loud. You could just imagine someone who has no idea about, meme culture and all the rest of that sort of shit, opening up something and seeing all those homoerotic fucking thumbnails that he's got. Oh my God. Absolutely fucking laughed. And the reason I mentioned it is
he always seems to pop up in my recommended feed because he's on my list of people who upload now that I click on it to watch because I know it's going to give me a smile. But yeah,
he's the only Rust YouTuber I'm subscribed to.
I love Stimpy. He's funny.
He's very, very funny. I think he lives in North Queensland as well.
Have you ever reached out to Stimpy and see if he'd like to be a guest?
I have. But I imagine the guy got fucking 2,597 likes on his tweet. I imagine he probably gets a million fucking DMs a day. So yeah, I'm probably just one of many. But if anyone knows him, we'd love to get him on because I would love to talk to him. I want to hear more about the fallout from DayZ, but with admin powers video. I loved that video, but at the same time, it just made me cringe. So, or not cringe, but die a little inside because I was thinking, "Oh my fucking god, I can't believe they let him do that." Oh,
maybe maybe send him an email in his business email.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Who checks it? Who does email these days?
I use my email all the time.
Yeah. Like emails constantly.
If you ever want to get a hold of me, send me a fucking DM on Twitter or on Discord. Emails I check every other day or something like that. And
make sure you put some drama in there and it gets priority, guys. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, what do we got next? Also, I have made some changes to the podcast Discord. I'm going to be sitting in a channel quite often now, which is just called The Hangout. Anyone can come and just sit in there. The other day, there was probably about 7 of us. There was me, Lad, PC Bandit, fucking Melbourne, a whole bunch of us were in there. FMJ Sledge, and we were just talking shit, just hanging out. Because I know some of us, where we're locked down or fucking, don't have a job or something like that, and we're just sitting at home. Just go sit in the hangout and fucking, if you see someone in there, jump in there and just talk shit. It was a pretty decent chat. I've renamed it, but Marks and I have done it before in the past. Just sit in there and just talk, and whoever comes in can just chat, and it's just somewhere to hang out. So that if you just need someone to talk to and you just want to talk shit, I think we've cured racism. We've come up with a new COVID vaccine. We've solved the world's coal crisis, and we've done all sorts of amazing shit in there, haven't we, Marks?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, solved politics as well.
Yeah, anything and everything's on the table as long as you're respectful. Just chat away about anything, folks. We're all
confirmed DayZ 2.0 on there. Everything. It's good. Helicopters are coming.
Oh no, we've already talked about the trailer. Here we go again. So we are on to this. I'm going to play this one.
Yeah, I agree.
And this MVS, I fucking love it.
but oh my fucking god, I have wasted thousands of fucking rubles buying the wrong fucking shit that didn't fit onto it.
That's a cool feature.
It's got 1 or 2 pouches in it.
MVS is too military for my liking, I think.
Yeah, it's like I was saying this. There's some good stuff in there what I like, but there's some stuff which just turns into a fucking.
I'm just disappointed he didn't use the "I'm too old for this shit" patch. Whenever I play on the server with MVS, I get "I'm too old for this shit" and an Aussie flag. So if you ever kill someone with that setup, you've probably killed me.
Are them light sticks from Dab's DayZ edit? But yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah.
And you know what this
I
comes?
like those. They're cool.
You know what this comes back to as well, Marks? How good was the trailer? Really good soundtrack. Really summed up what the new mod does, and this is what more modders need to be doing. They need to be looking at ways to market themselves. I know some of you are just code freaks and all the rest of it, but reach out to someone. There are people out there like xLivingDead and others who do editing, who would be happy to work with you. Obviously, you're going to have to pay them, but if you're taking donations and stuff like that, then that should be something you look at. If you're wanting to make money from your mod, from people donating to it, the higher the effort you put into it. Even if you put that as a reason for people to donate, so you can get a good trailer done to showcase your mod. But that is. I'm really happy to see DayZ expansion coming back to the fore again.
Yeah, I think stuff like that. Like just quick videos, you could have even done that on a voiceover if you really wanted to either, where you just quickly explain. Like the shorter a video with something like that, the easier it is to explain, the better, because people will just like it more. Like if you need something like that, then reach out to me. I'll do voiceovers. I don't care.
Yeah, I somehow get the feeling, Mark, that you're probably going to do a this new DayZ expansion update is amazing video.
Honestly, you might be right. Yeah, I'll reach out to them and see if they can.
Loading it up now.
Yeah, because that blew me away. It did remind me of what Mark's had ages ago, over a year ago. Mark's had a similar, Daone had a similar trader mod, which So
I really like that one. It's cool.
Those guys get along, so I doubt that they've stolen his code or anything. But no, amazing to fucking see, and I'm certain a lot of servers that are running the expansion mod will be very, very keen to get that implemented, because it just looks so immersive. It really is good and simplifies that. Like I said with the MVS stuff, simplifies the process of what goes on what.
So what fucking scopes or whatever's going to fit your gun in it. So
yes, that's
about
the other
for ages, like you say, wasting all your money.
I've wasted a lot of money on scopes.
So the only thing I kind of see with that, I could be think too much about this, but then doesn't it make looting up kind of pointless in a way?
Yeah, that's
a trader server for you,
Yeah.
And you've got within that mod, you can limit the amount of availability. This is sold out, that's sold out. So
I suppose until somebody sells one back or something.
Yeah, exactly. So to get the stock at the trader, someone's got to have sold that item to them already. So that just stops people.
So the trader has a separate economy.
Loot.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I love the market idea. It's sick. It makes people go loot for shit, sell it to make money to buy other stuff, and there's
only so much. If you're in a survival game, there's only so much to go around. So to put that into the trader, I think is really nice.
So it keeps your economy.
Actually, it'll be interesting to see, because Rearmed are using that mod now on their servers as well. So that'll be the best test bed to see if it's working on like a really popular server or if it's overpowered or not.
Well, it'd be based on how much cap they've got for this is out of stock, that's out of stock. It really just depends.
Well, it's how it's going to form their own economy on the server, isn't it? Like how it's going to affect prices and stuff like that.
Sure.
Now, off DayZ a little bit here, but the other day, today, Scum has exceeded DayZ's player count for the first time. So over in Reddit Scum game, I think they were popping bottles of champagne and singing "Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead" and all the rest of it. Why can't people just like games for? I still stand by my fucking statement. They are two completely different games. The only thing they have in common is that they are open world survival games. Scum has different lore. Scum has different mechanics. Scum is more a RPG than just a pure MMO because you have player attributes, you pick skills, you level up skills. DayZ has none of that. So stop fucking wishing one fucking dies and the other one kills it and all the rest of it. It's horses for courses. Pick your fucking game. But that said, congratulations. Scum is a great fucking game. But I'm pretty sure this occurred. I think this occurred when the 1.14 servers were being updated. So, of course, that's going to happen. So I think they might have been a bit premature here. But,
So what was the peak? What does it take? Because I couldn't understand the chart for the life of me. It's like, what was its highest thing?
So this is online players at one specific time, yes?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. So where does it peak?
It's that graph there, don't make. Oh, it's last. Is that last 7 days?
Oh, there, the 28th. I think it's the 30th of September. There.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that one. Yeah, by about 50, 60
by
players.
About 1,000. There it is. There's the actual.
Oh yeah, it grows and grows. Yeah, yes, yeah.
So
good for them. You know, I think that's a celebrated point that it's growing. But does it mean too much? No.
It's a bit of a shitty celebration. The next minute, then DayZ dwarfs all over it again. It's like,
but look at what Ika said as well. There are 5,000 people watching DayZ on Twitch. Scum has 426. That said, I think potentially you probably got Smoke streaming right now, or the Running Man, or someone like that. And when either of those two are streaming DayZ, its numbers double, fucking triple almost.
But even so, these games are growing, both of them. You know, side by side, and that's great. That's great for whoever wants to play those games. So it's a celebratory we're pointing out that it's growing.
Let's see who's
good on it.
No, Smoke isn't live at the moment. Or the Running Man's.
Damn. So that's a pretty healthy fucking viewer base then.
Yeah, the top only has 997 viewers. So yeah, it's pretty good though. It's a good scene. Nice.
But yeah, I had to laugh. In
the end, good for them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're right. Yeah, it is steadily rising. But they're not the same fucking games. Quit. It's like comparing. I'll admit, it's like comparing an orange to a mandarin.
Yeah.
Yeah, see what I mean. As I was saying earlier, like two completely different games. Constantly stop like.
Well, loaf of bread to a train.
Enjoy them both.
Yeah,
like, both games are awesome. Like Scum, like specifically like how the devs keep people up to date on Twitter and showing all the new features and stuff. Like, yeah, and you can tell they're really passionate about it. So, they're both sick games.
That said, I didn't like his skin shader photo. I posted it in the Scum channel. That's another change we made to the Discord. We've added a bunch of similar games, but it's amazing fucking graphics. I'm not going to show it because it'll get fucking flagged. But it was basically a almost like an upskirt photo, but it was a naked woman focusing on her butt. If you go into the podcast Discord and you look at the Scum channel, you can see it.
How did that not get pulled from anywhere?
It's a oh my god, it's a pervert fucking photo. I'll give you the guy. He's a lovely guy, but you could have done that photo in a million different ways. As someone who reached out to me said, in today's day and age, Me Too movement and treating women with respect and dignity.
That's
and all
a better
the rest
way
of
to
it.
promote your game than doing that, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. And that's the other issue as well. They haven't released server files for Scum, so the servers are very limited in what they can and can't change. So it's a bit like console.
But
I saw someone had got one running. Didn't someone post a tweet or a picture saying first scum server running on a dedicated hardware? I don't know if it maybe one at devs or something related to them, but I'm sure I saw something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They'll grow towards that.
I reckon
every
they'll
day
release them at some point.
Challenges. Yeah, sure.
I wish Scum all the best, and like I said, I've got my own server, the Boomer Zone. If you're in the Australia-New Zealand region and you want to play a more hardcore version of Scum, check it out. But they're different. I play them for different reasons. That said, the base building in Scum, oh my fucking God, it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only getting better as well. So that's going to attract. That's something. Another reason for DayZ to pull its socks up with its own base building. People who like base building will be very attracted to the system that they've got in Scum and what they're adding to Scum. They're basically adding modular buildings that you can build yourself. Yeah. So apparently the convicts on the island are all subbies and contractors and know how to build a fucking multi-layer mansion.
Get the IVs on, do some caches, building mansions. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Good night, Scales Peter. You have a good one, buddy. Okay, what else have we got on the agenda? Okay, this one's one of the negatives of what's been happening lately. So I'm hearing reports that it's not just the wall being targeted by whoever is doing it, whether it's Fonzie, whether it's Third Temple, or whoever. But I've heard reports of Sunnyvale have been targeted. Day One has been targeted. Karma Crew has been targeted. Individual streamers are being targeted. Fonzie's apparently claiming it's not him. But what the fuck is I know, and I've done things that have pissed people off in the past myself. And I know that there are people, I don't know anything about the people behind Day One. I know Smoke, and Smoke seems like a fucking a very upstanding, nice guy. But I don't know anything about his admins. I've heard stories about people being banned and admin abuse, but you hear that about all successful servers. So I treat that with a grain of salt. But what I don't like about this is someone is taking it upon themselves to be judge, jury, and executioner.
I don't think it's probably so much about the server. I think it's the people within it playing it. They're the people that they're probably wanting to target. They go, this motherfucker's playing on this server all the time. Let's slap the server and screw everybody. There's ways and means of fucking someone over, and if it means that you screw everybody up at the same time, no matter who they are, then go for it.
Have you guys seen the video? To do this. Have you guys seen the video that the Third Temple put out?
Mm-hmm.
No, what's the Third Temple?
Oh, this, yeah, I've seen this.
Balance.
So it's just a load of shit. Okay. There's no point even giving him attention in the slightest. So that's what they done that to Summit, didn't they? He was streaming and they done that exploit to Summit. Yeah, no, fuck him. Doesn't matter. It's load of shit. I'd report the video.
Yeah, they're basically promoting being an asshole, and fuck them. They don't deserve to be on this
not just
game
that
or
person.
Yeah. Oh,
it's not just that person who's even the ruining. Like, people are going on that server to play and chill out and stuff.
Yes, that's the thing that, whether you've got a problem with an individual or something like that, you are fucking over hundreds of people who just want to be able to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not good. That's just fucking wrong. There's other ways you could be going about, not that I endorse any of them, but there's other ways you could be going about it. But I don't like this judge, jury, and executioner. And, it comes back, we've talked in the past about when other admins or creators of mods have used that to, when they fucked over the Day One clone servers. Yeah, I understand why they did it, but I don't like that they did it. You are not judge, jury, and executioner. There are systems in place where you can report things. They might not be great, but it is a huge problem, Dr. V. It's a fucking huge problem. And I'm sorry, but someone's ego is out of check.
And if you think about it, you say Temple, you've got Fonty, you've got all these different people. They're only the figureheads of this. There could be tens and tens and tens of different people just being fucking assholes, and they can go fuck themselves. I'm sorry.
It leads it back to the game, though, doesn't it? As well, like these vulnerabilities need dealing with, don't they? Really.
Well, the big issue that I'm hearing, and this is kind of a segue into it, is apparently the dev team aren't communicating a lot. And I'm going to say the dev team now because this is a DayZ thing. It's attention is what they want, and they're getting a bit of attention. But no, they're not going to disappear, Mackay. They're not going to disappear. They've expanded, if anything, targeting individuals, and they're getting the attention when they're targeting online streamers. They're getting their kicks from being able to see, insert name of certain streamer reacting, and being followed from server to server to server, and they just they're attacking people's livelihoods. That's the other scummy aspect of this as well. They're for the streamers, some of them this is how they make their living. And to do that, that's a really dirty thing to do to someone. I'm sorry, but I don't like cancel culture at the best of times. Chasing people and making them lose their job and all the rest of it. We're all human. We all make mistakes. But to think that you have a power to be able to do that, I don't know how you can sleep, look at yourself in the mirror the next day. That's just, it's seriously fucking go get it. Go, stop it. Get some help.
Yeah. We've, and talking about this even so right now, as it's dangers, they could just come after all us fuckers, but it's worth it to say this, but what's it going to do? Like, what can we do right now as a community? Fuck all, unfortunately. But giving it a mention, makes people aware of it. But what's next? What is next? Because they could come after me, they could come after you, and they could just shut your fucking game down and all this bollock.
Well, I'm blocked by Fonzie on Twitter. I don't know what I've done to him, or sort of. I've said comments like this before, but I'm blocked by him on Twitter on both accounts, on both my personal account and the DayZ Podcast. I did a stream once where I wanted him to come and join me in Discord, and I wanted to talk to him and find out what is going on, mate. Why are you doing this? Why do you think it's okay to do this to people?
They're an enemy without a resolution. We can't fix this.
They don't have an answer. Like, you ask them, they don't have an answer as to why they're doing it. There is no answer.
It's about badmins. Most of the time, it's about badmins who are banning people and all that sort of stuff. I have spoken to a couple of them once, and sadly, I deleted the fucking recording. They knew I was recording. They were happy for it. And it's a lot about badmins. Expose them. Just expose them for being badmins. Record it. Share screenshots and all the rest of it. We've all seen screenshots of badmins in the past. But to go and do this, if you let people decide. There might be people who are willing to put up with it, but have a normal discourse. Have a debate about something. Don't decide that you now have the power to start affecting people's livelihoods, affecting people's hobbies, affecting what people like to do with their time on the weekend, the individual players and so on.
It's very simple. If a server has badmins on it, that server will empty out fairly quick. If their admins are abusing and stuff. So it'll run its own course. The badmins will run everyone out of the server, and word of mouth will spread, and then nobody will be on the servers. So I don't. I'd even take that excuse as a bit of a silly excuse. I mean, it's very generic kind of excuse. They don't have an actual pinpoint reason as to why they're doing it. They just do it because they're lonely and sad IRL, and maybe they were beaten as a kid or something. Who knows? But
but
don't take it out on other people.
Yeah.
Just stop it. You've made your message, but do it if you've got dirt on someone. But ultimately, I think Dr. V's right. They do it because they enjoy the reaction, and they probably enjoy the reaction for similar reasons to what you just said, Marks. There's something wrong. There's something wrong, and it just adds.
You're not going to be able to stop it unless, there's some hardware ban put in place for, people on DayZ. And so until then, it's just going to keep happening and you got to live with it.
Yep.
Sadly.
Unfortunately. But the dev team, please let us know what you're doing. Yeah. Now, the Mega Map. Mark, you did a video on it. And I did yet another poll. Do people think the idea, because I saw a lot of the feedback on the video was people either loved it or they were basically of the mindset that no, it's too big.
Yeah.
It'll be impossible to find someone. Just
I'd 100% play it, me.
it was about
Definitely.
50-50. It was very
Yeah,
close.
it was very 50-50. Even in the comments and stuff, it was
I'd
like
play
it done crazy well on Facebook and Reddit and stuff, and it kind of blew up there. And so there was a lot of comments everywhere, and it was like that. Some people were like, yes, they'd play it if the player count was increased, which obviously it would have to be for a map that big. They were like, yes, we'd play it if bicycles were in the game, which again, I could see a reason for that as well. That'd be another good thing. Some people were like, no, the current map is already too big as it is, which if you're a new player, yes, but for me personally, I can run that map in an hour.
Yeah.
Especially if you know
the biggest area, I think.
Yeah, there's that.
Oh yeah.
I'd whip the shit out
It'd
of
be good
it.
for the survival aspect of it. A big, huge
100%.
map like that. I mean, to travel from especially if you had your tier system still as well. When you other end of maps where your good shit is, it's going to be like a good trek to get over there. So it'll give you people to have good reasons to have helicopters and stuff in your server because you'll have an actual long journey to take.
Yeah. I think it's good to try. Ultimately, it's good to try, and I'm glad that someone's done it.
A lot of people were saying they'd love to do it. They'd love to donate. A lot of people were even like, I'd love to help out in making a map like this and stuff. And I had people reach out to me in Discord and in the comments and stuff, asking where they could donate and reach out and stuff. I was like, we're just waiting on responses from DayZ legal team and stuff as well. And if I ever did get any response, I'd make another video to it, or we'd cover it on the podcast. Yeah. So hopefully it's just up to Bohemia and the legal team to see if we can actually edit the map first. And if they do that, then you can go from there.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether this has been mentioned before, but on the note of like a larger map, etc. Boydie, I've just put something into podcast suggestions that me and Donnie were talking about a couple of days ago. It seems like Altis is coming to DayZ if it's not already been mentioned.
Oh yeah, shit. Saw that, didn't I? Pretty cool.
Where is it?
It's in podcast suggestions.
Yeah, I see it there. Yeah.
I've said though, it's not going to be like a complete clone though, because of obviously restrictions on like assets and stuff what you can use. But it's
so is it nearly finished, or like is it only in literally just starting, or?
I think
there's been some help along the way from John McClane, as it says, but they're working on it.
Right,
currently, it's a work and training project for me, so it is working. It does very much exist.
So it'll probably be months at least anyway before we get any kind of playable version.
A working stroke training project for him, so hopefully he finishes it.
Oh, that's like I understand the people protecting their intellectual property and all the rest of it, but when it's based on an actual real thing, for fuck's sake, BI, just say to them, "Go on, man, use the files."
Yeah, get on with it.
Yeah,
just like unless you think about it.
Unless you're doing it yourself, just fucking let them do it. Come on.
I'm assuming if they were allowed
it's making the game more popular as well. You know what I mean? It's added life to your game. Like if I were like a game developer, I'd be like, fuck it, crack on, because it's it's getting more players. It's keeping attention on your game. Stop being tight with your assets. Come on.
So yeah, that's apparently happening.
Yeah,
if
to see that comes out, I will definitely play that.
2 years time.
I'd be very, very happy to play on that.
That made me think of something. A dad joke time here. You know, it's possible for a male to be a lesbian.
Oh God!
You come from the Greek Isle of Lesbos.
Dreadful.
Jesus Christ. Someone man body.
But on On the same direction as previous things I've thought about maps coming into DayZ, do they really work for DayZ? That's what I want to find out. Will Altis work on DayZ? I don't know.
Well, do maps work? Full stop. Let's quickly talk about this. Band point, yes.
I don't think personally Takistan does. I don't think it works on DayZ very well.
But what maps are popular right now?
Generous.
Yeah, well, Livonia at the moment. It's Livonia, isn't it?
Namolsk.
Yeah, Namolsk and Livonia.
What else?
Is Essica still popular?
I don't know what's
too long since its last update. You literally, if you not got another update like every couple of months, then you've fucked it. Basically, the player base just fucks off to something else, especially with the update coming out.
Let me go through the maps and we'll have a look.
Oh yeah, Kubelos. They've got Banov as well. They've done a big update recently.
Banov's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I set up a server for that, like to test one ages ago. It's not up now, like to have a little run round on it, and I enjoyed it. But I played it for a while. But yeah, the new update trailer looks pretty decent.
All the other maps go through cycles. Really, the only three, probably in order, would be Chernobyl, Namolsk, Livonia. And Chernobyl and Livonia because they're official, and Namolsk because Adam is doing a masterful fucking job of drip feeding updates, and the updates are always really meaty. I imagine Essica will blow up again when they expand it. And Deer Isle is constantly being worked on. Deer Isle seems to be a solid one.
It's a good map as well.
Takistan, I enjoyed my time in Takistan, but I don't know whether I'll get back.
It's all right.
Yeah,
I feel the same way about that. You know, I had a great time on it, but it's not pulling me back at the moment.
It was a good one-time play, and then it's like, okay.
Yeah. It just doesn't fit DayZ, and I don't think playstyle as such was considered, and how DayZ works was considered in making that map. Personally, I think they made it a great map, but yeah, it's just not for me, and it doesn't really work as much as I'd like it to.
Something to be looked at is the hype mods, and that's where these other maps come into their own. And when people set up a server, and if they do the loot table right, they give people a reason to move. Like Takistan, you could make that a map where if you need large amounts of fuel, I know you can't move a vehicle, and having to carry all the fuel jerrys would be a pain in the ass. But for a more survivally focused one, if you need to get 4, jerry cans of fuel, you could probably fit that into you. You could fit a jerry can inside a fuel jacket, I think, and stuff like that. But setting it up so that each of the different maps, you have a reason for wanting to do something. And, I know Ike is looking into a mega hive as well. I need to follow up with him on that as well. But linking every single map. And you go to different areas, and you can have the railgun as an item that can be used on every map, but you can only get the railgun, the batteries, and the ammo for it from the Namolsk. So you've got to go to
this is something that we're working on with the map link at the moment. We're really wanting to do a couple of interesting things with that. With say Chimsy to Pripyat or something like that, get sort of creative. Fuck it, if the mod's there, we might as well try it, and make some sort of cocktail of madness out of it. It'd be good.
Because there's loads what can be linked together as well, isn't there? Like you've got Cherno, you've got Livonia.
Well, you can add everything together. Everything can be put together. It's possible.
Yeah, be amazing.
I'm very worried.
What DDU users we like to go from Cherno to Livonia. I think they've got a server like that, haven't they?
I don't know.
Was it DDU?
Yeah, DayZ Down Under's got it, where you go from Cherno to Livonia, and Livonia is more hardcore. So what you find is Cherno is where a lot of the PvP kiddies are hanging out, but Livonia, he's made quite cold, and loot is less common. So you've got to be prepared before you go across to Livonia. Where you spawn in, you're pretty much in bear territory, so you want to have a decent gun, especially now with the new update. And there's reasons to go there. Enoch in YouTube chat saying Hideout uses the Hive mod perfectly. I know New Dawn DayZ uses the Hive mod. They developed their own one. So there's servers out there. If you're looking for a change, look for these servers that have got the hives. I think it's the way of the future.
Very
great,
creative.
Yeah.
They just got to work out how to get vehicles to move between maps.
Yeah, they'll work it out.
That'd be cool.
Even if there's some sort of teleportation from one to the other, whereby it literally just takes all of the entities that's with that person. So if you're in a car, it whaps it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
But so, like you say, it'll add just much more to the whole game because, like you say, you have to go to different areas to get different loot and bring it back and stuff. So, like, if you die in one area, you got to start right back at the beginning. No, it just basically makes DayZ even bigger.
Yes.
It's a good thing, in my opinion.
What else have we got? I think we're getting close to near the end now, guys.
In fact, actually, I think you missed one. You missed the point A about potential CLE issue with 114. I believe you missed it.
I was waiting for more information on that, so we might wait on that one.
Okay, perfect.
We're waiting to see how it plays out. But yeah.
The monthly, DayZ's monthly shadow thing. Or
yes,
what's
the
the thing
community
they call?
spotlight.
Community spotlight.
Yeah.
Anyone got a link to it? I didn't actually add that.
I have one here.
Nope.
Hold up. Here we are. Hang on. Hold up. Wait a minute. In Team Podcast agenda. There you go.
I know why you wanted to mention this, Marks.
I was in it twice.
God, I love that. Yes, there's with the latest fucking engines coming out for other games and that. There's some amazing artwork, but DayZ's still a beautiful game.
Yeah, for sure.
They got a couple of trailers here. The English Losers Revolution, DayZ 1.14 teaser. The Walking Fred. I've got to check that one out. Is it done in a cartoon style, is it?
I've no idea.
Fred.
I'm proud of it.
Look what they
and that's a good thing that we haven't heard of it. That they're giving the opportunity for people that we don't know to express themselves. I think that's cool. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
The Banana Boys.
Yeah.
Who did they shout out as a community server? Oh, yeah,
they didn't.
They did the tweet, that's right, asking people to share it. Learned about toxic zones from Marks.
I was shocked that they shared that video, I won't lie.
I was shocked they shared Fubar Bundy as well.
Bundy, yes. I love Bundy.
Because he was taking the piss out of him in the video about the derpy behaviour of the infected. He just didn't realise that the infected had been changed. I was sitting there going, oh, Bundy, you're doing an own goal here, buddy. I love this. Everyone knows why I love this one.
Yes.
This literally goes as, I'm sorry, but this isn't a personal thing, but this literally goes as one of the dumbest moments of the years. What was that?
It's fucking funny.
What, you didn't recognise the sound? Everyone's been talking about Tripwires. You didn't recognise the sound? And he just stands there and stares at the grenade.
Yeah, it's a really cool clip. I liked it.
It was fucking hilarious. And I'm glad they gave these two legends a shout out. Tips by Wobo and Asmondian. I didn't realise Asmondian was on Instagram. I only follow him on Twitter. There you go. I'll have to follow you on Instagram. I don't use Instagram anywhere near as much as I should, but
I love this one.
Simple cinematics. Yeah. This is a brilliant fucking tool. I think we talked about that the other week.
We did. He's very, very good at making mods and shit. And his editor.
Very helpful. He's a lovely community member.
And he's a nice lad. It's all right. He's got a bit of an obsession with shoes, though, hasn't he? Do you notice that? Fucking game. Him and his fucking shoe collection, man. He goes nuts for it. And if you touch his shoes, he'll have you.
Everyone has their vibe, and there's your wallpaper of the month. International corner, French-speaking community on PlayStation.
And they got a trailer there to look at as well. But I love that they're doing these again. After Daddy left, cool. There was no more community spotlights, and I'm glad they're doing it. I personally still miss the status reports, but we get patch notes. So, and just an update, I am still waiting on a reply, but with 1.14 dropping and having just dropped, I doubt we'll be hearing boo from the dev team on a personal level for some time. Scotty has picked a question and is endeavouring to get an answer, was the last update I had from him. So, yeah, keep our fingers crossed, and once we get that one done, we can do another one, hopefully. Okay. It's my dog's birthday today.
Oh, nice.
He turned a big 2. He's a big 2 boy now. Clips of the week. What have we got in the clips of the week? Let me jump up. Remember, we do this. You can come in and you can just share a clip that we will show on the podcast, promote your channel. I'm struggling to find the channel. Like I said, I need to do some changes. Where is it? Clips to share. Is it? It's gone.
On Discord. It's there's clips to share. It's under the DayZ Podcast.
Oh no, that's episode 79. But yeah, no, there was a it's deleted them, and we've already watched those other ones. I set the archive settings wrong, so my apologies, folks. Yeah, that shouldn't have. Why did that disappear? Because there's meant to be a thread underneath it with the clips to share for this week. Active threads, episode, and Scum overtakes DayZ. No, it's gone. That's a bummer.
Damn.
My apologies. It's 79, Boydie. Jordy's saying.
What have you broke now?
He's lost the clip.
He says he can see it. Let me just make this full size.
What's the what? The clips?
Yeah, the clips channel.
There's so many channels, I don't know which one it's in. I can't find it.
No, I couldn't do 79 questions you're seeing, Geordie.
Did you delete it by mistake?
No. I haven't deleted nothing.
Weird.
Ah, there we go. Found it.
Nice.
This was hilarious. This is one of our patrons, Melbourne. He's just gone from console to PC.
Okay, cool.
Let me bring that back again.
He jumped and everything at the start, but you can tell he's nervous.
I will be as well.
Oh my god. Fuck me. Fuck.
What? He's so nervous.
I seen him, but my fucking hit the wrong button. I jumped and did all kinds of.
Got like
shit.
2K hours and I'm still like this.
Just don't die.
Okay, shh.
Oh shit! But I enjoy it.
Killed
Good
him.
shit. It's Iceman.
I just loved it.
Yeah, he was. He was
His
super
reaction?
fucking geared.
His reaction, the whole fuck. I hit the wrong keys. I jumped, man. As you said, I still do that. I still button mash and put up the Steam overlay and fucking God knows whatever else. And, yeah, I just
We're just here to enjoy it. It doesn't matter.
I just really like that one. Then we've got Geordie Gaming Guy, 3-piece with a sofa.
I like Geordie.
Limping down the road.
You been in the hospital, Chewy?
I am not in the hospital. I'm in a house.
Have you been in the hospital?
Oh, no.
Dead zombies in the hospital.
You nice.
Jesus, look at your backpack. Got everything.
Is that you with it? No, it's not you.
No. I'm in the garage.
You look like a hitchhiker.
Guy by the hospital with a winter parka on? Zombies.
Interesting, yeah.
He's dead.
Nice.
Don't underestimate a shotgun in DayZ.
Catching up now.
Oh, it's too late.
Zombies on me.
I'll mess you up.
Don't need anything else.
What you're saying? You're saying you didn't
No,
put
double
all
tap.
the guns in our base?
Are you joking? I was the key factor in that base raid.
I was just taking his payment.
Yeah, they nerfed
Just
slugs
somebody
back
else
in
with a manager.
1.12, I think.
No, it's not me.
So buckshot is better now, but
Just use what I can get hold of. I'm not going to kill anyone, so it doesn't matter.
Alright.
What does it need?
Yeah, it is.
Needs a wheel and a battery and spark plug.
I got a battery.
Circuit. Ooh, it's got radiator in it.
Oh, there's a circle wheel back in that police car in Sonichi.
Oh, we need a spark plug.
Yeah.
I see a guy with a school backpack on. Running your way.
I'm down.
This is me. Behind you. You have Mungar, right?
Oh, dude, surrender right
No,
now.
kill him.
I will fuck you up.
He's dead.
Yep.
That's
I got
3
him.
dead.
regret saying those words.
Surrender right now.
Hey, he talked the talk, he just couldn't walk the walk.
That's it. At least he spoke.
That's why I just don't talk.
Well, I always do, even if it's going to get me killed.
I talk with my bullets.
Exactly, that's my way, obviously.
Cabello, we don't share clips that aren't your own. That's the only rule. The only time I will share is when it's your own clip that you post. I'm happy to, I don't care, you know, how big or how small you are. I wish some of the big guys shared a few of theirs, to be honest, but unless they come in and share it themselves, I'm not going to share it. I just don't want anyone fucking copyright claiming or accusing me of being a leech or anything like that. We do this to promote people and promote the game. And, you know, regardless of what some people might say about me, this isn't about us. This is about the community and the game. So, yeah, that's it. I love Gecko Fish, man. I fucking love Gecko Fish. He's fucking awesome. Absolute fucking legend. And funny bugger. I still can't believe they came on the show fucking with a list of song titles that they had to fit in, him and Jad. That was fucking well played. I've got to go back and watch that one again to try and see if I can pick them all. But yeah. Okay. Sarge has got one for us. But try to put them actually in the channel, folks, because I do like to screen them beforehand. I'll do this one, and this will be the last one. Oh, for fuck's
First
sake.
video. It's the first video.
You don't want to be getting into a fight on the Molsk. You need every little bit of help you can get.
It's not so great start. Sing out there.
Why
just
would,
look at him.
why would this guy run near two freshies? They've got nothing to lose.
Yeah, they're evil.
Oh, we got him in the stun lock. You should be hip firing it. Oh no.
He down.
Oh, you'd be fucking fuming. That's what you get.
Wow, really?
That's what you get.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on the mask, mate. You don't fucking want shit in there.
It's embarrassing.
Hey, couldn't still rob you for your fucking coat on the mask.
Mm-hmm. Big time.
I fucked a few people at Flat Bubble Coat. Give me that.
That was good, Zarge. That was good. I like that.
I like that.
That's
I
good. I
enjoyed
like
that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, mate. That was. It's like the throwing rocks at each other. They do no damage, but just yeah, and then the flipping him off and stuff like that. That was fun. That was
no
cool.
matter what you change about DayZ the game, that will always happen forever.
Yeah.
You'll always
It's
get those
interactions,
fights
isn't
for
it?
loot and all that sort of stuff. I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, bit of Stimpy. Love Stimpy.
I love his trap-based videos.
I've been watching all of these. They're so good.
You're one of those Rust streamers, aren't you? Oh, fuck, that made me laugh. if you haven't watched the International, the Hotel International on the streamer server, oh my God, that was so funny. So fucking funny. Okay, let's go back. I've got a few more things. Couple of mods that I wanted to showcase. Archie Stormcloud, our boy Archie, is working on a treehouse mod, and I think this is pretty fucking cool. Just something different.
Treehouse mod.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing something like this, but yeah, good on him. I think up things. I don't have a fucking clue how to do them, so I'm glad that someone else.
Cool, yeah. There's that little bridge.
Mm-hmm. It's a cool concept.
Not sure why audio's not working, but
Nah, it's not needed anyway.
I don't think it has any.
oh, we're just watching it again. But yeah, some good progress being made on it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
interesting to see
really
that.
fucking excited to see what happens with this.
Yeah.
So you're going to be able to build in trees. He's released other stuff on his channel, and basically have little tree houses that you can put a ladder down to get out of, and just something different that will mix it up, give people other base building options, which is what we have seen, as we discussed earlier, what the community want. The other one that I wanted to showcase, let me find it. It's not going to let me pop it out. Give me 1 sec. I will have to switch. There you go. My computer seems to be struggling with sharing my screen. Oh, no, there we go.
Oh, this is cool.
That's a wild dog, so you can pretty much tame, is it?
Yeah, it's got a new tame mechanic.
It's like the Minecraft. It's like the Minecraft
yeah.
breathing thing.
Pet wolf.
So the bones disappeared.
Yeah, it ate them.
Yeah.
It seems happy. It's not ripping his fucking face off, so that's a start.
There we go. And he can command us.
Pretty cool, actually, isn't it? It's like Fallout, isn't it? When you used to knock around with your little dog in Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool now.
It's a nice
That's
little
cool.
mod.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, he's doing great work with that dog mod.
Yeah.
So
So
definitely one of the better.
Push today update of dogs with taming mechanic will be nice in his spotlight show. This short video, more than happy to, mate. More than happy to. That looks pretty fucking cool, mate.
Yeah, it's nice that. I like that.
Good job.
A lot of people like the idea of having a companion to follow them around the apocalypse, and what better than a fucking dog?
That's it.
I'll have about 16 of them. How many times I die?
Shout out to Dr. Strangelove. He has done it again. His free emote of the month. Grab yours for free with the link below, or grab it off my Etsy if you want to treat me to a cup of coffee. So pay what you want. If you are a broke, up and coming streamer, you can get it for nothing, and no one will think any less of you. But if you've got a couple of bucks spare, you can donate enough for him to buy a cup of coffee or whatever else you want. I think this is a great idea. And he's done many of them over, he does one a month. Things like this are fucking, I fully 100% support them. I love DayZ emote, the Zombielee just spammed. So definitely check out his stuff. He doesn't just do emotes and that as well, fellas. He streams as well.
Art streams, he does all sorts of stuff.
He makes me fucking sick. Cunts like him with fucking that much talent. And here I am barely able to fucking run a podcast. But no, I love the guy. His merchant clothing is so well designed. Yeah. Chuck him a follow. And if you know of any streamers as well who need a clip emote, this is a pretty fucking damn good clip emote. Clip it when something cool happens.
Or emotes in general, if his commissions are open.
And remember, you could win a 5-pack of emotes from Dr. Strangelove for you or your favourite content creator, simply by watching the DayZ podcast and being there for the DayZ Christmas special, December 18th. It's going to be a big fucking show.
Christmas bonanza.
Guys, individual spotlights. We'll start with you, Living Dead. What's something you want to shout out, mate? What's something that has really impressed you, or just something that you want to shine the spotlight on, mate?
To be honest, I've been enjoying Pripyat recently. To be fair, just having a little explore around that. Yeah. I like checking out new maps and stuff. I think I've been spending most time on that recently. Which is obviously there's still quite a bit of work to be done on it. 'Cause they dropped an update on it yesterday, I think it was.
Yeah, it was.
Might have been yesterday, and it's they fixed loads of issues and stuff with buildings and collisions and stuff. And I quite like my Stalker stuff, so I've been on a little play on this, and I've been really enjoying it.
I'd forgotten about it, to be honest, and it makes me want to go look at it again.
Yeah. If I do have one, I might be able to let you on. It's not open yet, but I've been faffing around. So if you want to have a little mess about with one, let me know, mate. But it's cool.
Combine this and Chimsy or something.
Yeah, that's what my plan is. Like, I wanted to map link Chimsy with this and the area of decay maps. So like link all Stalker maps together and stuff. Just create a nice adventure, because I do enjoy Stalker stuff. So it's cool to see it being in DayZ and just being able to make it like moody and atmospheric and stuff. Because there was a mod I found as well. So I think it's an oldish mod. So I'm pretty late to the party with it. I think it was called Post Apo Weather on Workshop. It's called.
Yeah, that's one.
It's it fits it really well. So
yeah, I'm going to do a quick shout out, and this one's going to probably surprise a lot of you. But does anyone wonder why I don't have ads when I watch YouTube videos?
You use YouTube Premium.
YouTube Premium. YouTube Premium. Like I say, I've got a bit of a bee in my bonnet about Twitch and their dirty fucking things like their latest one of boosting a fucking stream so it features higher in their algorithm and stuff like that. But I am a capitalist whore at heart. I firmly believe that people should be able to make money, but I don't like fucking watching ads, you know. So I pay for YouTube Premium. So me, by watching Mark's videos doing this, Mark's is actually making money from me from the YouTube Premium that I pay each month.
I was wondering where that premium money was coming from because it splits it up on YouTube's analytics and no way.
It is definitely worth watching. If you watch a lot of YouTube and you don't want to have, and remember this with ad blockers, folks, ad blockers are great and all, but think about the sort of people who create an ad blocker. Yes, there's going to be some who are just anarchists or anything like that and damn the man and fuck them, but it's free. It's a free software. So what information are they taking from you? I would much rather pay my $10 or $20 a month. It's basically, I watch more YouTube than I do Netflix and all the rest of it. Not have to have any ads popping up. Now, on the flip side of that, Twitch also has something similar.
Oh, yeah.
That not a lot of people know about. Twitch Turbo. If you watch a lot of streams but can't afford to subscribe to every single streamer you watch, one of the worst things Twitch does is you click on a stream and what's the first thing you get? A fucking ad.
It's the worst.
It really pisses me off every fucking time. And then quite often I'll leave a streamer because I have to watch an ad. But
me too.
What I have is Twitch Turbo now.
Going on, isn't it?
I've got to put it onto my 87.8 Survivor FM account, but ad-free viewing with limited exceptions, of course. But I can't remember the last time I saw an ad on Twitch with Twitch Turbo, and it costs the same as a subscription.
I wish I could opt out of, pushing ads and stuff, because you have to push ads. You have to do it. It really pisses me off. I don't want the ad revenue. I make nothing off it anyway.
Yeah.
So
it's not ad revenue for you. It's
you get a little bit. You get maybe like 10 pence.
But you get the majority of it goes to Twitch because they've been losing money for years. So that they I think Amazon or whatever stepped up and was like, look,
they're not really making platform, but they are pricks.
They were like, you're losing money out the ass here. You need to do it. And so that's literally what they had to do. They had to force ads on it just to try and make a profit.
Yeah.
But look,
so we'll know at the end of the year if it's working.
If you can afford to support your favourite creators, great. You won't get ads on their channel. But if you're on a tight budget and you watch a lot of different people, consider putting that money to Twitch Turbo. Yes, unfortunately, that means none will go to the content creator, but the content
creators on
Twitch
anyway.
The content creators will still get ad revenue from the little bit of ad revenue they get. Not that I don't even know how much ad revenues the big streamers are making from Twitch. But they will still get a bit of money as if you'd watched an ad from the amount that you pay towards Twitch Turbo. So it's not like you're robbing them of income. You're just, they're just not going to be getting the sub income. So if you watch a lot of Twitch streamers, definitely consider looking at Twitch Turbo. And if you watch a lot of YouTube, definitely look at getting YouTube Premium as a way of getting rid of the ads that annoy the crap out of everyone. Zombielee, what about you, mate?
Mentioned it quite a few times now, but MapLink, it's really good. I wasn't going to go for anything particularly, inverted commas, popular, as obviously we've been speaking about. We've got some smaller maps and all that sort of stuff. And I just don't always support the fucking big guy and that sort of shit. There's so much more out there within the community. So yeah, I think Maplink specifically. And actually, Dumpgra himself has been really great to me. Helping me with this, helping me with that. I've been trying to, get into modding and that sort of stuff and creating models and stuff.
He's one of the pillars of the modding community. Yeah. He's not very well known. He does more obscure, probably more hardcore style mods, like his metallurgy and ammo making. But
even
he's
so,
an
just
incredibly intelligent guy.
Having him at the side of me as a guide has been really quite nice. Just to ask questions. And actually, as a friend, he's a lovely bloke. So, yeah, he's a lovely guy. And, shout out to him.
I stream a lot in Discord and pay for Nitro, but their service has degraded tremendously. I'm not sure they're going to survive. I've got a few Discord Nitros, but that's mainly for the higher resolution for the podcast. Since we do it, I've got to look at other options. Marks. Yeah, whether it be Melon or something like that as a way of doing the podcast. It just scares me. I get scared by fucking tech and all the rest of it.
Outside of DayZ, something I want to shout out is Icarus. That is the fucking best game I've ever played. I love it.
Oh yeah, we had
really?
a good time.
I'm actually addicted to it. I fucking love it.
I'm not sold on it.
Well, I played it every day of the weekend so far. I think it's fucking brilliant.
I only got to play one day of it last weekend, but it's once like I was in it first and I got lost, but once I searched a few YouTube videos and kind of got a quick explanation on what to do, it's cool, right? Yeah, I haven't played enough to give like 100% review on it yet. I need a few more days of playtime.
I've played all the weekends so far, and then I mentioned it to Donnie and a couple of other friends, and then we pretty much spent the whole of last weekend on it. It really is a a good game. It takes a cocktail of all the good bits. I reckon so. Because you have different missions. Each time you go back to another one, it'd be something completely different. Like in the previous weekend, there's a job that you had to do within that weekend, which was to go to the Arctic area, which had just been released. Go and get the mammoth tusk. Yeah, that was fucking good. I really enjoyed that. I didn't actually get up to that because that's helping these guys.
There's the comment in chat there, and this is something I've seen in feedback. As a solo player, it's not good.
I disagree completely. I played solo all the way up until last weekend. I think it's very good, very addictive.
I agree with you.
It's a good survival game. I think coming up to your progression from start to end, I think it gets a little bit difficult, and that's something that they're working on, day in, day out to be able to fix. Like, first of all, like coming up towards a bear and you're like a couple of levels in, that's very difficult, but that's something they're working on. It still is in beta at the moment. The bears, man. So give it a chance, but I think it's very, very good. And there's a solo tech tree. There's solo bits within there, specific like solo talents, etc. It really is a good game, no matter how many people you play it with, whether it's just yourself.
I think it'll have decent longevity, for sure.
Genuinely believe it's got a great future.
Yeah, I reckon it will.
Another comment I heard is the, what would you describe? When you look at things, they glow and stuff like that. It's not very immersive.
Well, in the most recent weekend, they put a toggle on that. You can turn it on and off. There's many different things where you can turn these things on and off. You make it more immersive, more hardcore, etc.
Good, that's good to hear. That they give options. It's all about giving people options to play the way they want to.
Exactly.
Look at when Smoke plays DayZ, he turns all the HUD off. Whereas I play DayZ with the HUD on, but I don't like glowing things.
And I think it was the second weekend that literally, I think they did like 3 or 4 hot fixes and then gave us an extra day either side to be able to play it because they got these hot fixes. Those hot fixes were as a result of things that people were having within that weekend, and they'd already by the end of it got another one up. They were incredible.
We do have a Survive Icarus channel in the Discord if people want to talk about the game in there as well.
Very, very good. Very, very good. I just want to give it a little plug because it's something I've been playing a lot.
Let's just hope Dean doesn't go climbing mountains anytime soon now, and he releases his bloody game.
Here we go.
Follow him and Bears in his games, man. What is it with him and Bears?
No, I think I've got every confidence within that game, and I'm willing to shoot myself in the foot if it doesn't. But I was on the hype train before, and I'm on the hype train now, and it hasn't changed.
No, it's good. I really
But I'm
enjoyed
honest.
that.
I'll always be honest. If I think someone was shit about it, I'd say so. So
you were banging on about it.
I think it's got great potential. Yeah.
Plunging. Yeah, mate, it were class. Had a very good time.
And what about you, Mark?
Okay.
What's your shout out?
Just give it a chance. Give it a chance.
It has to go to the devs just for the update and
Yeah.
get it all out. And even though it's been a bit not so good on console, at least, the devs acknowledge it and they're looking straight into it. And, even in the evenings when they're probably nearly about to go home or even at home, they're still looking into it and stuff. And good to see that they're there, supporting it and stuff like that. So I have to give it to the devs and just the update in general, so it'll all be fixed eventually. Just give it time.
And B's just said in chat there he's going to be streaming DayZ later if anyone's interested. What platform, B? YouTube or Twitch? But yeah, he's an up-and-coming bloke trying to make himself a name as a streamer. So yeah, good luck with it, mate. Just be careful doing that in people's streams. Some people don't like you self-advertising. Here on the podcast, though, we're all about advertising, mate. So yeah. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Once again, ! points in channel. See how many points you've accrued. You accrue points just by watching the DayZ podcast each and every week. And whenever I stream on this channel, save those points up for the end of your Christmas year show where we've got some great prizes and more coming. I'll get in contact with you about the $100 charity of your choice prize. I think that's fucking awesome. I do want to give a shout out to one last person, and he's in chat right now. Cinnamon. Cinnamon, can you come into the Discord? Can you come into the podcast Discord? I want you to tell a story. I know I'm putting you on the spot, mate, but this is one quick spotlight I want to do. He's done something that I fucking love the idea of, and I'm probably going to steal. I'm probably going to be a shameless, the DayZ leech boydie, and I'm going to steal an idea of his. Let me know when you're in the Discord, mate. Oh, he's driving at the moment. Fuck. Okay. So what he's done
next week.
Cinnamon is a streamer, a console DayZ player on Twitch, and what he's done is, like, I was so wowed at the moment, it didn't all fully comprehend in, but him and his community, they've done a charity, and their charity is fucking awesome. I loved it. They've sponsored an actual real live wolf.
Well, that's cool.
Nice.
Now, it was something to do with his channel points. He tied it in with his channel points. But somehow, him and his community, what's the name of the wolf, Cinnamon? And if you're driving, how are you texting? You get in trouble for that. But I just thought that was just such a lovely idea of
that's cool.
Something DayZ related. They did a poll, and it was a wolf one, hands down. And I believe it's a female wolf as well. Have the daughter fingering fast. Yeah, but when I heard it, I was like, wow, what a really fucking cool thing to do. Because I love animals, man. I love animals. And being able to sponsor a fucking, once 500k channel points were reached. So they then sponsored an actual wolf. So with some of the money that he's making from his channel, he's putting that back towards something good. Everyone likes to talk about the environment and all the rest of it and recycling. But I think little things like this are just as important as, being able to say, oh, yes, we're reducing our carbon footprint and all the rest of it. Sponsoring Bree for 6 months so all the community can see and interact and also visit. Yeah. I think that's fucking awesome. Have you got a link or something that people can check out, mate? Because that would be fucking awesome to share. If you can send that to us, because it was really, really nice just to see. There's a lot of channels out there, especially the big name guys that sit there and say channel points are shit. What are you meant to do with channel points? I'm sorry, but you're the one who's shit. Come up with something creative. Your people are accruing all of these channel points. Put in something silly. Put in something. We'll do this if the community can raise 100 million channel points. If you're a big name streamer, just to give them something to feel like they're part of your community. There are 1,000,001 different things you could be doing with your channel points on Twitch. Or, like the podcast bucks that we've got, just to get your community being a bit more involved. And something like that is a fucking a gold standard move, mate. Well done. I want to look at trying to see if I can find a bear we can sponsor, the podcast bear. What would we name it? What would we probably wouldn't get to name it.
Oh, what was the name that Dab gave to that bear? Surely it's that.
Oh, yes. Is it Charlie?
Oh, fuck, I don't remember.
It'd have to be that, or it'd have to be the name of the Polish bear that fought in World War II. That was carrying the artillery rounds and stuff like that. Fucking with your tech. That's it, with your tech. Yeah.
That's the one.
Yep. But yeah.
Absolute tank, that bear.
Next week's guest, Boris. Boris was apparently the...
that's the one yeah.
Rest in peace, Boris.
Very, very sad. Very, very sad.
Like an automobile accident.
Next
Bears
week,
and cows don't mix, would have thought.
Next week we have Blister Bizkit coming on. So I'm quite excited for that one. Another small content creator.
Awesome.
Yeah, so looking forward to that one. We will see what he wants to talk about on the show. And I'm certain there'll be, as always, Marks, a absolute shitload of other stuff to talk about. And yeah, any ideas, any suggestions, we've got a channel in the Discord, folks. Please join the Discord. Just as a place to hang out, a place to talk DayZ. There's no negativity. We delete that shit. It's just, not, so when I say there's no negativity, you can still fucking say there's something shit, but it's all in how you say it. Just like telling devs to go hang themselves. Fuck you. Fuck you and your fucking attitude.
Don't be a shit cunt. You're a sick cunt. There you go. That's what you say in Australia.
There you go.
Yeah, good cunt. you can be a good cunt as well.
That's what I mean. Yeah, be a sick cunt, not a shit cunt, innit?
Yeah. Okie dokie, folks. Thank you all so much. I've got a birthday boy who just turned a big 2 that I've got to go and spoil now for the rest of the day. His name's Hopper.
Nice.
Give me 1 second. I'll see if I can get him in here. You can see him. He's a beautiful boy. 1 second.
Yeah, it's good. They'll go on.
What type dog is that, I wonder?
This will pull up the views. Let's go. Bit of dog spoil.
Dog on stream.
Yes.
Oh, is he bringing something?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, baby, try. Come on.
Yes.
Come on, baby. Come on. Hoppy. Hopper.
He's like, nah.
Hopper, come here.
Oh,
yeah.
There he is.
Yes, dog.
On does modern action, guys. Let's fucking go.
He's a big 2 now, ladies and gentlemen. He's just turned 2 years old. His name's
Legend.
Hopper. And there's Squirrel. That's our little Shih Tzu Maltese Tibetan bloody dog. He's a mix of everything.
Nice.
He's a real good mousy hunter, Squirrel is. Hoppy's not good at chasing mouses. He's not very good at it. He tries, but he's a bit too big. He has a speech impediment as well. Hoppy does.
It's the effort, though, mate. It's the effort.
Okay, off you go.
Legend.
So yeah. Oh, shut that door. This is never ever wants to be on camera. Yeah. So he loves to lick you. He absolutely loves to lick you. And yeah. But yeah, we love golden retrievers. Golden retrievers are just fucking the best dogs. I don't think I could ever do a golden retriever in DayZ because if it died with the dog mod of hunters, I would fucking bawl my eyes out. I would bawl my fucking eyes out. But yeah,
just don't die. It's easy.
These pants have got teddy bears on them. I really want, if someone could find me a link, I really want to design a pair of custom DayZ podcast pajamas. So I can wear them, with the button-up shirt and the pants and that, and if anyone,
that's easily doable. Easy,
mate. We can help you with that.
Yeah, because I'm up at like fucking 4 in the morning, to do the podcast. So I'm generally wearing my pajamas, and I wear my DayZ Podcast shirt. But if I had DayZ Podcast pajamas, fucking with just little podcast logos all over it. But yeah,
that'd be cool.
And a podcast robe for winter. It's getting warm here, so yeah. Guys, thank you so much. Another fucking smashing episode of the DayZ Podcast. We had the good, the bad, and the ugly. The ugly being me. Mark's actually, that reminds me, mate. What? So you're saying that you're better looking than me?
So what?
In the podcast, I did in the Discord. I did the poll. Who's the best looking? Is Boydie the best looking member?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I just have to put you in your place. So.
And here I am smiling with my gap tooth. Yeah, Mark's is better looking than me, but yeah, I'm going to check that link out for pajamas and see if I can get some, because that would be fucking cool as fuck. Maybe a Christmas present for myself. Yeah, thank you all so much. Thank you for the raid. Call me Rive. We're just about to end. Sorry, buddy. And we also had Dr. Peppermint early with the raid. Thank you all so much. We had lots of follows. Redshift with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you everyone for your support each and every week. It blows me away just how well the show is growing, and it just shows that there's a lot of life left in this old girl yet, isn't there, Marks? DayZ's a good, solid fucking game. Even if the scum people are jumping up and down and overtaking us for one day, maybe for a half an hour or so, but yeah.
About 6 minutes, yeah, bless them.
You got to let them have one, haven't you?
Okie dokie, folks. We will see you all next week, and it is time for us to say goodbye.
See you in a bit.
See you later.
Ciao for now.